Hello all and welcome. I'm your not so humble Game Master TJ and this is Dice of Ages presenting CrestVahllen, the Argent Flame, episode 89. Welcome to Paradise. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. As the gang observes the sandworms below from the safety of the Sky Lounge, they spot a manor-like building on the far side of the nearly silent town within the obtrusive crater. After using various magical methods to avoid the ire of the worms and descending within the sunken plateau, the group explores the hidden settlement known as the Burrow. They discover that many of its inhabitants communicate through hand signals, as they are deaf voluntarily. Upon gathering near a well in the center of town, Cole notices the sounds of mysterious flute music and begins to harmonize with it on his new spent terrazine crystal flute. Meckel, the unseen flautist, observes Cole and approaches the group, showing a peculiar disjointedness between his appearance and movements. Meckel mentions to the group that Doctor could fix Argus's bony hand, but upon receiving a telepathic communique from the pale bard, the new acquaintance quickly flees, seeking solace within the mansion, known as the Brass Retreat. The group debates whether to enter the mansion or coax Meckel back outside, but eventually, Zemdak opens the door to find the interior coated with spent terrazine and the remains of a destructive tantrum in the wake of the distraught Meckel. Exploring further inside the building and navigating the busy staff, the group finds Meckel's quarters. After the gang knock and make enticing promises, Meckel opens the door, revealing that he has changed outfits, as well as a mannequin that stands within his chamber, resembling Zektekt in construction. Now let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello all,
Wrong
welcome
sport.
back.
Nobody to nerd about.
Last we left off, the Meckel was only cracking the door of his room/abode within the estate, as the rest of the Argent Flame minus Zemdak
Fixer,
were trying to
Mr. Handyman.
track him down and find out what was going on.
You don't care.
Cole, seen through the crack of the door and beyond, saw a mannequin with clothes upon it that appeared to be in the form and constituent parts of a Zektekt forged construct, individual, at least pieces of such, made into a mannequin.
Yeah. All right.
That's where we're going to pick up.
Cool. I don't say anything about it. I've seen this, but I don't say anything to anybody right now.
So as long as you guys kind of like back away from the door a little bit so I can fit through and close it.
Can I help you?
No.
It's the kind of like, Karen, excuse me, can I help you?
Yeah.
That's the reason why you're at my door.
Like, you're okay?
Yeah.
So the look on his face, he seems more concerned about you.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm fine. It's a normal thing that I do. I can just talk with you and with my mind.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay
You
now?
said
I wasn't
so.
trying to upset you. I promise. I'm very sorry.
Doctor says it'll happen occasionally.
Hi.
And if I start feeling a little funny, that I should go to my room.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm not there.
He makes a lot of people feel funny. It's okay.
But that doesn't really affect his soul.
Yeah.
That's
That you
what
know.
I heard. So, because you go in, right?
That's not related to the
It's
soul.
more I project my thoughts for you to hear. It's like you have that inner monologue, right? Like where you're talking to yourself, but I'm able to like project that out so you can hear.
I don't talk to myself. I'm not crazy.
As long as you don't talk back to yourself, you're not crazy. Log, you don't count.
I can. It's all right.
Hey,
Crazy.
I've never seen Lammy talk back to you, so
That's because he's very tricky
You
and
just can't
very
hear
sneaky. Yeah.
Who?
Lammy. I pull out this stuffed lamb chop type animal.
Great person. Me?
I'm just,
That
Yeah.
has to be the best taxidermy I've ever seen.
It's a sock puppet.
I mean, I didn't do it,
looks like
but
that. Lamb chop from.
yeah.
This is the song that.
yeah. I mean, I didn't do it, but
No, I'm very
he
worried to
appreciates
take
you
out mine.
thinking he's spiffy. Yeah.
What type of... I won't reach for it, but I'm
Yeah.
like, what type of creature is that?
It's a
Is
lamb.
that a squirrel?
No, it's a lamb.
You know, I recently found out they don't have souls.
Squirrels?
Lambs.
Yes.
I think you're gonna have to talk to Lammy quite a bit then. If
I mean, if
Wait.
they are
Can you
willing
put
to
your
listen.
soul in that?
no,
He's
Well,
tried.
I mean,
I can't put my soul in there.
He can put a soul in there.
I don't want you to. This Lammy's. It's a little crowded with Lammy in there anyway.
Do that.
uh-huh.
No.
Doctor can help you with that.
You always talk about that, but you haven't really told me what the doctor can actually do. What doctor can actually do?
I can show.
Oh, I'd love to see.
Oh, I'm always interested in learning new medicine.
Do you have payment?
In what form?
What do you have?
Lots of things.
We can trade. We can do all sorts of things.
What would you accept?
I like that. He points at the lamb.
I can't do that. I'm sorry. He's been with me for a very long time. I've had lots of arguments with him, and it'd be like giving up an old friend that you can't just, say goodbye to.
Okay. I probably only one of you. Not you. You won't fit.
For what?
Girth.
I've been working on, just trying to.
Are you still looking like Machete?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You seem bigger. Seem.
I know. I think I look all right. But
Feel
it might not.
bigger.
Yeah.
You can't come either. You'll lose your soul.
Okay.
That's
I can always put it back.
I mean, you weren't able to before.
I put your soul back.
That's a lot of dice.
No, you put her soul back.
True.
Yeah.
But why would that mean I can't put your soul back?
If
Okay,
anything, he's
you
had
stay here
practice now.
too.
Where?
Do you read?
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot. It's super fun. It's one of my pastimes for sure.
On purpose?
Yes.
She's
a
my
nerd.
library buddy.
She's a nerd.
A what?
She's my library buddy. Places that full of books, where you can just read any book you want.
Yeah, we go to the library often.
I used to have a special book, but I can't find it anymore.
Why do you ask?
You stay.
Okay.
Yeah. I look over. Do I see you coming down the hall yet, or are you still sort of like?
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Is there a scream of? Oh no, I'm not there.
I'll follow me, and then you come.
Separately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Need room? Sleep?
Yes.
Well, we just woke up like an hour ago, guys.
I'm fucking exhausted.
You do
You do look a little tired there, bud.
you Your throat is really quite low and like brusque right now, Missionary. It's, Yeah.
I'm a shinny.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of think that is it the construct stuff like that our other little pal have in this room that you're taking him to?
No,
Okay.
that's like junk room.
Can me and him go to the junk room while you guys are going wherever you're going?
No.
Okay.
So I will lead them, TJ, down to the place where normally when normally Doctor would put up guests that are like the more his guests.
Affluent.
Yes. And provide them, I guess, initially one room for all of them.
Okay. You want to bring them to actual guest quarters?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. There is an individual who sees what it is that you're doing and turns around and signs to somebody else, of which, and no more than 2 minutes later, there is a hurried, androgynous dwarven individual scurrying down the hallway after you as you are headed there with a platter of berries and creams that is headed to where you are leaving them. It's not very like Victorian Versailles, that type of feel, but it is nice. It is quite nice. There is one of the places that they reach you is kind of like a bit of a suite. There is a patio out that does billow in the winds of the tapestry within the veils of curtains that sit there in the winds. It's nice and cool within here. You can see the just beginnings of the sunrise now peeking throughout the balcony as the sun is just beginning to peek over the caldera or the depression in which you are in. Plenty of room in here. Think of it as like the size of a casino suite. There is only one bed, but there's plenty of cushy material, very Bedouin cushion pillow style throughout the entire area. There is already what looks like several things set up to be prepped to be made, like a tea set with the fires haven't started and none of the coals are smoldering. There's some sort of smoking bubbling contraption kind of set off near the coals. One of the staff members like taps you on the shoulder, Argus, and is like,
What do you need? Go through the door? I'll get out of the way?
Move aside.
Why? I take a step aside.
they kind of squeeze by you as they kind of scurry in and begin to like prep some teas and other things to make it more creature comfort in there. Everybody's just doing their job.
All right, so you stay, have food, whatever. Come with me. Forgot your name.
Trishini.
Trishini.
Okay.
Have your lamb.
I'm gonna hold on to him, okay? I'm sorry. He's been with me a long time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to proceed to the one area, but every floor that we go through to get there, I'm going to stop and reach out and make sure that I don't sense anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the floor that has the boarded up area, I'm going to turn to your...
The floor that has the boarded up area is not something that is readily accessible along, not necessarily on your route, but along any of the main routes.
Right. No,
It is something you would have to go very much out of your way to even get near.
That's what I'm doing. So I'm dragging her with me.
Dragging Josh Shosheni?
Yeah.
After
And-
you drop them off at the
Yes.
suite?
And
Okay.
I'm going to leave Shakar with you guys, and if something happens, he'll do a little wink or something, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you're more than 100 feet away?
I am hopeful that doesn't happen. I'll get him to follow me a little bit. I don't know.
Do you want to take? I don't know if it'll help now, but do you want to take Twig? I don't know if it works that way. Your egg. Give.
He's
I
not
don't
here.
Fuck.
I think we need to
that's
go
right,
find
you're so-
Zemdak.
I mean, I can
Guys,
try it.
Zemdak doesn't know where this room is. We need to go find him.
Yeah, can we get our other friend here
Just-
too?
I've got.
He's
I will
probably
sign
really-
to one of the servants to go find or ask them if they will go find their other friend.
Okay. Yeah, you can sign to one of the servants who are like,
He's probably really hungry.
Not anymore.
Yep.
That is true.
I'm gonna lean
you
over.
I
absolutely can do
thought
that.
that was you.
No.
That's me.
Yeah, you can do. They're like, and they nod and they sign back to you, and some people scurry off. There's all. I'm not even gonna bother. Sometimes I will, but like dwarves, humans, ebcasts, Maitan, like they're just everybody's here. It's smattering. It's not really. Most of the time, it's not worth mentioning too much. They're just doing their job. You see them just kind of like being like, "Is that what you need? Okay." And that's it. No questioning about who you are. No, like, hierarchy of structure of who's in charge. Just things are just getting done. Meckel says, "Hey, could you help out with that?" They're like,
Sure.
"Yeah, okay. I'll make sure that's done." And that's it. You do so. People scurry up. You then, leaving them within the suite. It's very comfortable. You guys have your run of the place here.
Did you want Twig or
Yeah, sure. Can you make him a little pocket? Can I tell him to become not a fit in the pocket or? Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, like, are you okay with him like injecting the stuff? Then maybe I can like see where you're going.
Okay with him? What?
Like with Boots' egg. Like do that. Then maybe I can see
Oh.
where you're. Because I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to see through him.
Speaking
I-
of, can you see into Boots' egg right now to see where he's at?
Ooh, that
Either,
might help.
either that or you wait until we get Zemdak back and
I
you
can
can
see
see part of
it-
the
it-
peel
pocket
in a
holes.
little pocket.
No, definitely not that. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and try it. I mean, I already kind of talk a little bit of his language. Let's,
Right? Yeah.
You know, maybe I can have a nice conversation with Twig.
Okay, so I'll have Twig go with you, and
All right.
You can have Twig inject you?
Let's find out. Let's fuck around and find out.
I mean, it's Trishini.
so
I
Twig
have
is
no
going to
clue
go
what's
with
going on over there. So
with
that's
her.
just
Yeah.
You will never be alone again then.
She's never
I'm
alone
never
anyway.
exactly. I'm never alone anyway. I've always got Lammy talking in my ear.
so Mecca will wait. He's watching what you're doing, but
So you see a mechanical spider crawl from me to her, and then just nestles somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe up
Like,
here. on the
even more intricately made than like the Zytec that you
Like very ornate, very.
like- modern day animatronic spider.
Like
version.
beyond that.
now you get lamb.
No, that's
No.
that's just someone who's going to just keep an eye on.
Does Shikar go
you
into
know.
his shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
see-
trading. See?
Yeah, just,
Trading
you know,
familiars.
Oh,
Yeah.
like for pastry. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I'll eat the pastry right now. I mean, they do look really good over there that the servants brought in. But yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Bye.
So now I lead her towards through that. The first couple of areas that we're going to are probably public or going through.
Really
So I'm
like her.
nonchalantly, walking through,
Sure.
leading her. But as we
Yeah,
get
no one really
Huh?
questions where it is that you're going.
right, but as we get
That's when I
closer,
come.
then I start being a little bit more
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Just not very
More
good at it.
Conspicuous.
Right. And I do stop occasionally to sense. And when we get within
Go ahead and roll a
maybe
perception check for me.
Do you need
nat
me?
20.
Do you need
So
Meckle? Do you need me to be sneaky too? I can try to be. I see you're like trying to like peek around corners. Do you need me to be
stealth checks then for both of you as well.
sneaky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so on the perception, I got a 26.
Awesome.
On the stealth, I only got 15.
15.
7, because I'm like, oh, this is a game. So I'm not.
Yes. Shosheni is full making her own theme music while she's walking through there,
she,
like
like,
Kronk from
tiptoeing?
Member
Yeah.
of New Groove. Like,
Yeah.
She's tiptoeing but forgets that she doesn't have her boots on. So
Right.
it's like,
She freezes up against a wall and starts singing a note as a staff member goes by and be like, "Are they okay?"
Well,
And just continues.
I can
to
see
walk.
her also like jumping, and you just hear her toes like clacking on the stone floor
she's
and
not
stuff
wearing
like
her
that.
boots.
Yeah, I usually do. I'm like, oh damn, I got
She
to
get
clip my nails.
there's a moment where she gets the zoomies and she's like,
Oh come on.
So we do have light and stuff, right?
yes. I mean, there is. The closer you get to where it is that,
Right.
that you are trying to go, the less light there will be available.
Okay.
Granted, you have dim vision, and she has dim vision,
Right.
And you do not. You're just a human.
Yep.
With no dark vision. So at some point, if you wish to see within pitch black darkness, a light source will be need to be
I
procured.
will stop by one of the rooms or whatever on our way.
You can easily
grab a
grab an
candle or
unlit
something.
torch
Oh,
from a
that'll
sconce
work too.
along the way that just hasn't been lit because this area isn't being used. As if you'd like to, the lighting of the torch will be
Good. Okay.
well. It will give you light, but it also
So I'm
show
gonna,
that you're there.
right.
you know?
I'm going to get to the furthest point that I can make sure she's following
Okay.
whatever weird dance she's doing, and get to the point where I can't,
Makes sense.
Yeah,
where I
totally
can
makes
hardly
sense.
see before lighting the torch. But I'm going to wait for her to get closer to me, so I can probably only see her outline. I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
once we go through the wall of wood,
Okay.
don't talk or your head will explode.
Can I?
I've been periodically
How
working
long
into
are-
Tweg because she let him
but you
inject
can't
her,
see him.
Yeah.
but eventually it'll cycle through because I'll cycle through and then it's gone to the egg vision. So I'm hoping it goes to
Egg vision.
Trisheni vision.
TJ.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Say that again.
She let Tweg inject her. Tweg is with her,
You let Tweg inject you. Okay.
and so
The evil look on TJ's
I know. That's why.
I'm trying to keep tabs.
Can someone keep track of that? I need to know that. Yeah, have that in your notes.
Yes.
So I mean, so far it's the egg and Trisheni
Egg,
and me
you,
and me.
and Trisheni.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to keep tabs on where he's taking her through that.
What is it? How do you do that?
Way I've seen through his egg and
Yes, but like, that was like a thing that you did, and you didn't know how to do it. Tell me what log does, and I'll tell you what happens.
so I warg into Tweg.
You want to Morgan Tweg? Okay. You end up in the satellite, or the orbit thing. You see that there are what appears to be now looks like icons or avatars now in the lower left corner of the thing that goes that it begins to continue to zoom in until you see what looks like the roof of the estate within the town.
So I know that before if I
One of them looks like a jackal. One of them looks like
an egg,
an egg.
I will concentrate on the
And
jackal.
one of them is just a circle.
I'll concentrate on the one that looks like a jackal.
Okay, roll a left check for me.
And this is just luck. It's not a disadvantage. Correct. It's cocked.
Yep. Halfway. Oh,
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay. You like take a moment and you really concentrate, and you see like the very video game style where the sphere was bigger and then it moves over and the other one becomes bigger, like the showing which one is selected. Move over to the jackal, like just kind of this red icon jackal, and then go and make a selection as it backs up again and zooms right back in until it is the but as it's zooming in, it kind of fades to a bit of a static, and then you see like those ray lines of something that is being like a camera that's kind of losing its tracking, and then you
Like an old VCR.
see something
Cinemax.
in the middle of your vision. You see, like an old VCR, like an old VHS.
No, never mind.
If you guys are watching,
That was,
Yeah.
that was a
It's a
different
Cinemax.
Very different.
don't.
That's
When you didn't have
Don't-
actual
Cinemax?
access, when
Cinemax.
you don't have actual
Cinemax.
access,
Same
you can
thing,
still
but yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
I just showed my
Stealing
age
the porn
today.
channel
No,
from
he
your
just-
neighbor.
yeah,
Jesus
we're
Christ.
good.
Okay, so
You get like the warped colors.
yeah,
like,
the
faint
weird tracking, and it's very
outlines
weird,
of
and it takes a
certain
moment
things.
to get in on it and everything. You got a natural 20, right?
Yep.
As it begins to then like become far more clear, and in the middle of your vision, you see like really clearly this like glinting metal like round thing, like in like the bottom middle part of your vision that looks like metal that's just chilling there, and as the vision moves in the space, it just follows you, and you can't stop but seeing this big like large like long thing at the bottom of your vision with this metal thing attached to it that's totally blocking like a good portion of it, and it's really annoying. And of course your brain blocks it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Your brain has been trained to just
What
not
your
see it
nose
anymore.
does.
Your
Don't
eyes
see it,
overlap,
yes.
and
Yeah.
it's been trained to just not see that but you just see this, and you're just like, what is it's in the way? Like, is this what she sees? This is the worst.
Yes,
Yes.
the worst.
Definitely a log statement.
She's wearing some kind of mask. I don't get it.
You do see
It's like I'm on drugs without the drugs.
there's a couple things that happen here. Let me finish this.
You should get iron sights on that.
You can use it to aim your spells.
Like cross-eyed.
A couple things happen here. You are warging into Trisheni. Trisheni, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Nat one.
Meckel, nat 1.
So
You don't notice.
Meckel, you grab the torch from the side and you like light it with some either a tinderbox or whatever it is that you have. And as you're doing so, you hear like skittering in the walls, and like some sort of guttural sound that sounds a little bit familiar. And then you hear this, and along with it, you hear the sound of something being like dragged, like in the walls.
And this, of course,
It's happening
is it
while
normal?
you're making noise, lighting this torch.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like, wait, did I actually hear that? But you rolled really fucking high, so you hear this, and you're like, what was that? Trisheni, you don't hear anything.
no.
Log, you hear it through Trisheni's ears, and you see Meckel notice it as well.
I will stop trying to light the torch.
What?
And I will start really fast hand talking.
I don't think you get a single thing. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Not terrible. 15?
Explain what it is that you would be
I'm-
trying. Wait, hold on one second. Let me finish. Explain what it is that you would be trying to convey in about 10 words or less, as though you were talking to a 4-year-old.
Okay. No, bad noise. turn around, go back, now.
Okay.
Stop.
I talk to my 4-year-old like a normal person.
You can tell he's not a parent, right?
I think they went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Four would be like, nah, I'm not doing that thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Right. Okay.
I will get on the other side of her to guide her back, but I'm trying to move slow and stealthy.
It is on track though. 4-year-olds are constantly trying to kill themselves.
I tried. So yeah, I'm stealthily trying to get back to the more occupied portions where I know it's safer to talk to her.
Okay, so you're doing the thing that you wanted her to do, pretty much. You're going backwards. As
Yeah,
well.
I'm retreating back the way we came without
you're
lighting
just
the
like-
torch.
And you just start moving quickly, quietly.
No, I'm moving steadily, but stealthy. If
And
I
you had a
can.
15, correct?
Yeah.
And at
you-
this point,
And you had a
like a 7,
7?
but at this point,
Okay.
given that he's alerted me to something like this, I'm now. Can I try to take it a little bit more seriously and try
You can
stealthing
try.
again?
you can go ahead and roll another stealth check.
Okay.
You can try.
Same mantra in my head.
The dice
nails, I
have
swear.
spoken.
Yeah. It's just like, no, this is a good song today. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a good vibe for where
Yeah,
we're at.
exactly.
Absolutely.
I just
You're
got the
too
Taylor
elated to be
Swift,
back
you know,
in-
It's
Yeah.
Me song stuck in my head now.
Hi, I'm the problem.
The problem is me.
Exactly.
So you're completely backtracking. correct?
Not completely. I'm going back to the areas that are more occupied by people
Right.
where I feel comfortable talking to her. So I'm putting some distance between me and the where I was
As far as
taking
feeling
her.
comfortable talking to her, that's kind of up to you. But as I don't understand what you mean, you want to go back to a place where a torch is already lit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You can do so, and as you do so, the sound does fade. It does appear to, with your amazing perception check, it does appear to have been traveling through the walls, past you, in the direction that you were headed. And as you head in the opposite direction, you get further and further away.
So with that perception, can I try to remember what I was hearing? Like, I know I associated fear with that sound.
There is definitely some sort of visceral reaction that does harken back to the handful, if that, of many times that have made you feel uneasy when you have witnessed something that you could not explain.
Okay. So when I'm coming back into the light and you can actually see using normal vision, again, I'm shaking. Meckel's pale.
Okay.
He doesn't. You can see him sort of like. He has the flute case open, and he's just sort of like putting the flute inside, like just basically using it as a a fidget spinner kind of thing
Yeah.
to kind of like
Comfort. Security
Comfort,
blanket.
Yeah.
Fiddling
Yeah.
with the trill key.
yeah. And I take a couple deep, or Meckel takes a couple deep breaths, and it's like something bad was there, not safe.
Okay. What type of bad? Was it the doctor? Or something related to the doctor? Or two doctors? sorry.
I don't know. And I actually keep walking back towards their rooms.
Okay.
Just making sure that she is following me, but not offering any more comment.
Okay.
So meanwhile, I'm worried and yeah, they went somewhere bad and now they're coming back.
You know why? Oh, you can't hear us.
You can't.
Yeah, but they're on their way back already. But hey, it worked.
And
It
once
worked.
um
I don't want to put like a costume hat on you.
am I taking the for me, I'm not on their nocturnal schedule, right? So I'm probably
That's up to you. I mean, I imagine Meckel just does whatever he wants. Kind of like how TJ sleeps. I'd sleep whenever I can.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
So, like if you want to stay up for 38 hours at a time, you can. I mean, there's nothing stopping you. No job that you really need to get done unless it is something that you feel obligated to do or somebody asks you to do it.
Okay.
So it's entirely
Um,
up to you.
Okay. So when we get back to the room, are there servants still in the room?
Are you headed all the way back to the room, or are you
Now I
headed to
am. Now,
Yeah.
now,
Okay.
yeah.
but
if you're headed back to the suite, did anybody leave the suite?
How long has it been the Zemdak's been gone when the person was supposed to go look for him?
It's, I say, maximum 10 minutes.
And
Do you whether that's something that you would want to be doing something
How
about?
long did it take us to walk from his?
I
room
would
to
say,
there?
so I want to sync everything up.
Okay.
We're going to make sure that all this is happening at the same time as to what is happening right now as you're making it back to. In the meantime, did any of you leave the suite?
I was warged, so
I would say no more than 10 minutes has passed since you guys have gotten to the suite before you plan to return to the suite.
I'm waiting for Zemdak because I have information of something that I want to tell him
Okay,
about.
so you're all still here.
Has it taken Zemdak a while to get back?
Yeah.
I was fixing stuff.
Yeah, but it's true. It's not outside your character to be.
So are you saying that we get back before he shows up,
or about the same time.
He's not
or
gonna
about the
show
same
up.
time,
Not gonna show up.
or he just doesn't show up?
You return to the suite, and you see Argus, Cole,
Argus is pacing.
and Log there with whatever familiars or whatever still happen
Yeah.
to be there, and Trisheni still follows you back. You look around. There is no Zemdak.
You see,
So-
Yeah, that doesn't
Argus-
concern me because I don't.
There's no
really
conch,
care
there is
about the
no
party
Zemdak.
yet. So
You see Argus pacing with his hands on fire.
doctor can fix
what-
that.
I can see me. I can see me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's weird.
Well, we kind of figured that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but this is confirmed.
can I like try to turn it off? Like, let me try talking to it.
Wait, Doug. Can
I-
you see her through like the one eye and then like see regular stuff through
So
the other
nobody
one?
else sees Meckel all like
No.
because you guys are all like, hey, let's. This injection worked. Meckel's like,
I mean, I'm
It's-
watching the door waiting for Zemdak because I want to talk to him about
But
something.
but it is cool. But we did see something. Well, I didn't see
Shut
it.
it.
Meckel noticed something that was
I
nice.
heard
quite
something
a
weird.
trail
It was a
of
weird noise.
broken things that I
Right.
can fix. Takes me a minute to fix every single thing that was broken.
something
Yeah, but
was
he's not riding over you going, you need to do it the right way the first time.
That's pretty funny.
Something isn't right. I'll put out senses again. Do I get anything ping back?
You can roll another perception check.
It's probably gonna be like a 2.
I've warged out by now.
Okay, that's
you.
funny.
Yep, you called it.
Is it a 2?
It's a 7 total, but it's a 2. Yes.
That is wild.
Yeah. All right. Has this happened before to me, where I, in that area?
Roll intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's better. Not that it matters, but it's a 12.
You get the vaguest sense of deja vu, but not that you can remember.
Okay. Something. I heard something, but it made me feel bad.
What'd you hear?
Do you want to tell them more?
I will, I'll go over to one of the guest beds and, grab some of the sheets.
So there's
oh.
only like one very large, like California king
Right.
circular bed in this room. But yeah,
All right, I will basically
put a
grab
coin
some
in
of
the
the.
slot.
but there's
and it
plenty of
starts
other
spinning.
places to sleep because there's so many
Are
cushions.
there mirrors?
All right,
on the
I will
ceiling?
take a cushion or two, throw them onto that California-sized bed,
Sure.
wrap the sheet around it, and like yank it off the bed so that the cushion goes thud, and then I'll run across the room.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
like that, but with
Oh.
Are there mirrors on the ceiling? If you put a little,
You're not there.
If you put a coin,
only if you detect magic.
I can't hear
coin in
you,
the
Adam. You're
slot.
not there.
does the bed start
Can't hear you,
spinning?
Zemdak.
So sounded like that, like thud, right, or
So something being dragged.
Big thud.
That's kind of what I
in
remember.
wall.
That just could be the other side of the wall.
This is my home. I know that there's nothing on the other side of that wall.
How does
Okay,
I know.
I think we need to find Zemdek
Yeah.
Why?
because he knows how to get in walls in tight spaces.
he does?
I could go look through the
Send
wall.
your soul.
I can't do. It doesn't work that way.
I love this.
Here,
He has to link
This-
his soul first before he can send it.
I can just.
I have to be able to see somebody to be able to talk to them like that.
I have a spare soul I could send.
Oh Jesus!
All right, screw this. I'm gonna cast sending.
Zemdek, wait.
On who?
Zemdek.
Okay, I was just making sure.
You don't need to roll anything for that, right? For
Uh-uh.
other
People
things.
that he knows.
But it is
No,
within
for other
Terrazine
things.
walls. That's all.
Terrazine walls.
The
Terrazine
spent Terrazine walls.
But that's. Oh, we'll see.
So yeah, you could be on the same plane for sending.
Depends on how much of a
distance.
bastard he wants to be.
I'm gonna say.
Don't you put that.
It's all yeah. Where are you? What is
this is
taking you
nothing but the consequences of your own actions.
This is paradise.
this paradise.
There is no war in Boston. Say.
You are sending to
Zemdek.
Zemdek. Okay, take your time. Go ahead.
I'm
Forge
gonna
it.
say, where are you? What is taking you so long? We need to sneak in some wall. They heard some banging.
Because of the thing, how.
I will let you know.
Okay.
When I can't. Okay. Zemdek, in your mind, you hear. Where? Sneak? You. In Argus's voice. Almost like disembodied and distorted Max Headroom style.
Can I think back? You can try.
Is he conscious?
You tried to speak, and you cannot.
I mean, I don't have to speak out loud.
You do.
Not
For sending?
Yeah, you do.
It's
No.
vocal.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You like try to engage your vocal cords,
No,
and you can't.
I can, stutteringly.
Not for this one.
Okay.
Not for this.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I know what you mean. You're looking at the actual definition.
Yep.
Yeah, not for this one.
Okay.
No, you're like, I can't talk
Fair.
it out loud
Fair.
without. Yeah.
Fair.
So.
Guys, I heard nothing back from Zemdek.
All
Okay.
right, let's go find his ass.
Wait, let me find his egg.
There you go.
Oh,
I think actually that's a very good point. But do roll a luck check for me.
12.
12. I think you hear a single breath. Like
Like I'm trying to talk, but all that's coming out is.
don't know. You just hear.
I heard a breath. No cough, no sneeze, nothing. Why doesn't he remember the freaking pattern? But no words.
My tools are out of place.
I think we got a problem.
By tools, I mean my organs.
so I'll try to find him via the egg.
You?
Because the egg is in his. Okay. So
I'm just watching this going.
yeah, everything's
Our
kind of been
friend's
done doing weird magic and weird stuff. You just see Log go. As his eyes go roll back in the back of his head,
You
his
just see me
eyes
like
Jock goes.
cast a spell and
Oh,
start talking.
you see Miss Shenny. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, Machete.
Machete.
The illusion
Very
of
disturbing.
the- do the same thing.
Do me a favor, roll another luck check for me. To ameliorate your concern, Cody, every time you have successes with this, it gets easier and easier and easier, like training your mind to do a certain thing. But you don't know how much easier that DC is here. Okay?
So that was a 13.
13. I would say it with great difficulty you are able to change the source,
Point of view.
the view, the display port source to the egg, but it is so much static and
input.
so much tracking, and then it's all like looks like the worst stolen cable could possibly be. At most, I think you may hear the shallowest of breathing, but that's it. Visual is hard.
I think Boots killed his egg.
That doesn't sound like Boots.
Then did you hear anything?
How did you see
Did you
if he
see
killed his
anything?
egg?
Well, there's like
There would be no icon if he killed his egg.
it was just
Don't
creepy
know anything
breathing.
about that. What are you doing? Don't meta this. Get out of
No.
here.
There was just some creepy breathing, and that was it.
As you are.
Creepy breathing.
And when there's breathing and nothing else, it's creepy.
I mean,
Well, he did do one breath to me, so
So he's alive.
yeah.
that we know of, he can't communicate.
Do you know what our friend might be? We're not able to get a hold of
Do
him.
you share one soul?
No,
No.
no.
We can interact with each other's souls, though.
Just
That's an interesting thought.
I'll give you all the inspiration you want with
that.
What?
Doctor.
I don't know if Doctor can fix that.
I don't think we want it to be fixed.
It's not broken necessarily. Just
Yeah. It's advancements.
We're definitely broken people.
Yes. Very broken,
you-
but
Shall we go back and just
it's-
try to
it's-
find Zemdak together?
We can trace our steps and
Yeah.
see what's broken, and see what.
it's really concerning that Zemdak didn't talk back, considering we can't normally shut him up.
Well, he did mention the walls that are filled with things. Bentirozine. We know that the blocks things, like we couldn't see past things, like, back in the tomb. Right?
Yeah.
Magically, I mean, obviously that's happening, right? So he might be fine. He might be getting his face shoved full of food again. We don't know that.
All I heard was one breath.
I'm just
I mean,
No humming, no banging.
okay.
No whistling.
Okay, that is a little concerning. He is usually like doing a little.
And
He's
it's
usually
something.
banging.
No questions about how something works ad nauseum until somebody wants to punch him.
No inner monologue going on at all.
This cave's on sale for only 40,000 gold.
That's
Home
not.
Improvement Garden Edition.
Let's go.
What
Let's
is-
go
no,
find
no,
him.
I'm sorry, House Hunters Garden
In what
Edition.
world is Endek not muttering under his breath?
I mean, he mutters when he makes mushroom stew, okay?
That was some
Was a
good
little.
mushroom stuff.
That was good.
I'll look
You know what I'm
around
going to ask you.
in the room
You guys were very drunk
and
after
out
that
in the
mushroom
hall
stew.
and see if I can locate in the vicinity the individual I sent to go retrieve their friend.
Are
before
you
leaving.
intending to go track down that individual?
I'm just looking in the general vicinity.
I mean, if you just pop outside the door and look both ways, you may catch the hem of a garment of an individual that is moving around the corner in order to continue their work. But other than that, you don't see anybody.
Let's
Okay.
go back and trace
I'm
our
not
steps.
quite concerned
agreed.
with whatever's going on here because
I'm gonna go trace our steps, find where the last broken things are.
Yeah.
We've got to
Oh.
get our friend back with us.
okay,
He was fixing things that were broken in the halls.
we have people to do that.
Yeah.
He likes fixing things,
true.
though.
He does.
He gets into weird shit a lot.
Maybe he takes the oath, does the ear thing, and then he can always fix stuff.
No, because he
Oath.
likes to travel. He
Well,
doesn't
and-
like to be in one spot.
And from what I've seen, he needs his hearing because that's how he hears how some of his things are working properly and whatnot.
Oh, like Doc says,
Yeah.
or like Doctor says.
Yeah.
I would like step out of the
Let's
way
go.
for you guys.
Oh
to-
yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Take off.
We're going.
we're gonna go back and try to find where the last thing that he probably fixed was.
I will nonchalantly follow them.
So yeah, we're trying to track down broken things to see if we can figure out where Zemdak stopped working.
And I will be on the lookout for that one servant.
I mean, where's that
Sort
not
of.
stop working? It was a long time ago. Probably around the brainworms. Was when that stopped working.
All right, so we go back down, and do we
I'm not
find
so
any?
sure we ever actually cured him of the brainworms.
Well, now we'll find out because the doctor can
So-
fix that.
Funny story. The last time I played this gnome artificer, I walked into a room that I thought was going to cleanse me of possessive spirits, and it turned out to be a gas chamber, and I died. It was one of those like DM don't do this.
Yeah.
And I did it anyways.
I mean, it's Zemdak.
I was gonna say it's
and I
just
died.
I mean, how many times have
That
you...
was my other DM. Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
he'll
is a
give you
new
two-
Zemdak.
He'll give you.
I was
two
like, I don't
chances.
remember.
this is a new Zemdak in a new campaign.
Is it
Just
though? Is
Funny
it
story.
So there's an idea.
so,
Just-
so
Yes,
we're looking
yeah.
for him.
That's the kind of person he is. Oh, you said you can.
Do you have a
clean
backup
Me?
character at it?
yeah.
Oh, you can clean me of this possessive spirit. Okay, I'll follow you anyway. Oh, this is not the right room.
Anyway,
That's
So
the kind,
I-
that's the kind of gnome Zemdak is.
I'm just following them because I don't
so you
have
guys
the
are
same
leaving the
sense of
suite
urgency.
and headed.
We retrace our steps
Yeah.
back to
Going
like
back to his room and then back the way we came to try to find Zemdak, where Zemdak was.
Yeah,
now
we're trying to
hiding
track down
himself.
like stuff that's still broken to see where he potentially stopped working.
Okay. About 5 minutes into this trek, as you keep trying to retrace your steps, because you know it's not like a super large estate, but it's also
It's not tiny either.
it's kind of windy because it's when you have an opulent thing, it's labyrinthian on purpose. It kind of shows the whole opulence thing, and it shows it off, and yada yada yada.
Plus
There's
makes
a
it
bunch
harder
of
if people break
psychological reasons and sociological reasons behind it. But anyway, at some point you do hear someone running. You turn around the corner, you see what looks like a male sun-kissed dwarf holding something metal clutched, wrapped, barely twinkling outside of like some what looks like an apron that's kind of wrapped around it. As they kind of bump into you, Argus, as they're turning the corner.
What is the apron? Is
Well,
it Zemdak,
first
like-
roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's not gonna go well.
That you could do anything.
Oh, I
Not
can't
unless
do
he's
that.
Not
actually
Dex.
proficient in it.
Oh, okay.
12.
Anything you can do, I can do except for dex.
Except for things I'm actually proficient in.
Yeah.
It's so true. There are so many instances. I'm trained in this. Yeah, well, so.
I'm trained.
I'm trained in this.
2. I'm trained in this 1. I'm trained in this 1. 1.
Your character has obstinate and defiant disorder when it comes to like I trained to do this, but fuck that. Out of spite, I will not be good at the things I was.
I'm trained in this, but I hate it.
Yeah, I hate my life. Okay, education is for the weak. No, that's bad. I'm sorry.
12.
Institutionalized education. So, 12.
Yes.
It's enough where like you kind of catch this dwarf and you kind of like do a spin and you almost fall over, but then you kind of lean up against the wall and they're like, and then they look at you and like,
Do I recognize this said dwarf?
somebody who's here. I mean, like it's not an unfamiliar face. It's just no. I don't think you probably may know their name, but it doesn't look like they're somebody out of place.
I will hand sign to him, and it is a him, right?
Uh,
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ask if he's okay. Make sure that he's okay after.
You're not
running in-
there.
I know.
After running into the lug over here.
Has he seen our friend? What is he carrying?
yeah.
Can I tell what he's carrying?
You like unwrap it and they present to you, and it looks like Conk's arm.
Have you?
Where is our automaton?
I put it right into his head. I go, where is our little gnome friend?
They drop the arm and they kind of stagger back for a moment.
It's okay.
Just tell us what our friend is.
They pick up the arm.
The one
Yes.
who was with that, yeah.
I'll be signing in the back. Where did you get that?
Oh, they like sign with you. Like I found it over there with a bunch of the other pieces.
My eyes
I was
get
cleaning
really
up.
big.
I was cleaning up and it was a mess.
I will run around the corner.
This is what I found. Somebody told me to go try to find something, and this is what I found. This isn't the same person that told you to that you told to go
Yeah,
get thing.
that's
because
fine.
they hand off responsibilities often. It's common. because if it makes it more efficient for them to do something else.
I will ask. Where is it? Like around the corner or signing?
They're like, I can show you. They lead you through a couple
won't.
turns and corridors.
I hold out my hands though for like Conk's arm before we get going.
I was going to say.
Oh yeah, I have like no strength, so it's like
This is like their apron though, that was like wrapped around it, right?
It was an apron.
Okay.
Like it wasn't on them because it may have been on them, and then they took it off just
a
to wrap
random
it up.
cloth that they
It wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they didn't know really
Yeah.
whether they should be protecting it or keeping it warm or what. They didn't just like it's a thing. It doesn't look like something I should throw out, and it looks like the thing that people came in here with. So I just be a good host and wrap it up, you know,
So
as
we
you would
follow-
with anything that looks shiny and expensive. Yeah, you follow them. They kind of teach you, move you through some corridors and around everything in another
Quick.
couple minutes.
Let's go. Quick.
You come across what looks like a spot where there are quite a few pieces of conch scattered about. The dome head of conch is embedded in the wall of the stone, clay, limestone, adobe type feel of this corridor. Nearby is a half mended vase. Other pieces are still on the table where half of it has begun to be fixed, untouched. The vase pieces are aligned in a way that, like puzzle pieces together, very organized, straight, right angle. The head dome, RTD2 part of it, like a discus, like a trash can lid that's sharp on the edge, embedded, just sticking out of the wall at a bit of an angle. There's a leg here. The barrel that's on his back that Zemdak usually sits on has been crushed like a keg that's been smashed by a very heavy, dump truck or something, of which is cracked into the ground and has been partially embedded into the ground. There is a leg that has been torn open flayed-wise, like something dug its appendages into it and opened it like a can, like an aluminum can that you opened not from the top but from the side and made it flat.
Firecracker in the cannon.
And just rolled it out flat, and you can see all the wiring and a bunch of other pieces still trying to move and twitching as it was. Some of the wiring and other types of ironwood or whatever materials that you had made with it appear to be torn out, as though something was trying to get something out of it and didn't.
Where's the core?
The body, the torso, is not here.
So that's a question.
Conch,
Is that normal?
Did the elemental do anything? Okay.
where?
that's not normal. No.
Adam has, you're just like me. Adam has the urge to be like, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? I'm like, right now,
We gotta figure
you
it out.
can't ask
We
a
gotta wait till
question.
it happens.
Yeah, right now you can't. Sorry.
Is there a storm elemental like rampaging through the?
I mean,
You don't see any pieces of the torso.
So is Conch's
So it's
head's
like
in the wall.
It was separated
You see-
from the rest of Conch and like
Whatever parts of the appendage, like the arms and the legs and the head, if you account for the one that you're holding, are all here. The torso
Is gone.
The barrel is here. The torso.
What about the mimic? What about his shoulder thermostat?
That is stuck to the wall. It looks like it has taken quite a bit of damage. It looks very hurt. As some
just give us some jerky.
like vermilion with a hint of iridescent purple kind of slime blood is oozing from it,
I have a
dripping onto the
small
wall,
menagerie
as it
of
seems to
baby
looks
mimics
like it was been
that I'll
grabbed and
carry
like
on.
shoved into the wall, and you can see the impact crater of like the crack of the stone.
Does it look like Conch has any sort of energy left within part of his head or anything like that?
At
Just
most,
like-
you see sparks and some short circuiting. Without an energy source, this may be just the small amount of stored power within like the rotors and those types of things that sometimes sit within metals that can store energy, if it be copper or whatever. If you ever dealt with a piece of machinery that works with motors and you manually move the motor, sometimes the LED display or the part of the machine will pop on just because it's all connected to the same circuit.
Yeah.
You're getting residual parts from that. Sometimes when you have a piece of technology that has a transformer attached to it and you plug it in, the transformer will hold a charge for a few seconds, if not a minute, and the light will stay on for a while before it finally, the capacitor, discharges. So there are redundancies throughout that Zemdek has built because he's a genius engineer that still have those types of things, and quite a few throughout, but nothing to be able to make it function in a way where it could for any more than a second. And it's fading fast.
Conk, which way did he go?
Conk has no way to speak.
I'm gonna
If he
take
can like
Moonchild
short,
out of my hood and ask Moonchild to sniff out
And-
where he's gone.
and I'll
I'm gonna
investigate.
pick up on his scent.
While she's investigating.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm just trying to get one at a time. Go ahead. Everybody get their ideas and then we'll do one at a time because it's a lot.
okay. I'm looking directly at her. I get your attention. I'm like, I was with you the whole time, right?
Yes.
And I just let out a big sigh.
Nice.
What?
At that moment, we're going to change the scenes.
Sorry.
I was going to hear the mimic and take it.
Zemdek, you cannot see anything. You have trouble breathing, but you breathe ever so shallowly enough to be able to keep your brain in activity and in a conscious state. You feel, I don't want to say discombobulated, but not level, not even, not, you don't feel like you feel an odd sense of a pull, of a gravity, as though it's pulling you in an odd direction. Your head is throbbing. Your body is sore, and most of it that you can, the parts of it that you can feel are extremely sore, but most of it is very numb. You try to speak to hear your own voice, and is all that comes out. Your jaw is extremely difficult to move. Most of what you feel is numb. You can't see. You feel your eyelids blink ever so slowly, and it's an effort to do so. And you feel as though your eyes are open. You see nothing.
Black. Which for somebody with dark vision is fucking weird.
And like you're like, oh no, am I blind? What's happened? What, am I blind? I think Zemdek goes through a bunch of stages of grief very, very quickly. Because Zemdek treasures a lot of his own physical capacity abilities, and should those things be taken away from him, he feels like his own self-worth is extremely diminished, whether it be to himself or to others. So there's a big thing here that I believe Zemdek goes through, which is a bit of a panic. But unfortunately, you cannot express it externally.
Hey, Anki-Align, any progress?
I'm doing my best to break down...
I'm not criticizing, I'm just curious.
No, it's fine. I'm doing my best to break down the chemical composition of the neurotoxin that appears to be within your blood.
Thank you.
It is very obstreperous.
Can you sense outside of me?
I can try, but I will let you know, I can try harder,
No.
but it may mean the extermination of these
I
individuals of myself that are within yourself.
I don't want that to happen. Just do what you can.
It may take longer then.
That's fine. You have more spores. Not that I can spread at the moment because I can't move.
As far as others, I only have access to the platforms in which I am installed within.
Understood.
Your mechanical friend, our friend, is not, as the way we understand it, biological, so I cannot...
You don't know where he is. That's fine.
I'm sorry. The last image I have of you was of you losing your sight while you were working
That's
on
my
a
last memory.
pot.
Yeah, just trying to fix things for other people.
I will try to do the same. So, have any good food lately?
Are any of you nearby?
Oh, do you mean other platforms?
Yes.
Distance is strange.
That's fine. Like before when we were talking to the others of you, you were very close.
I don't sense
Okay.
one close here. Sorry, the more I've
No,
been
you
spread about rather
focus-
recently, it's harder to focus on one individual at the
Focus
same
on
time.
the toxin. If you can get rid of that, that's more than enough help. Thank
I'll
you.
do my best. And this is
don't
all
leave me
happening
alone.
within your mind.
Please don't leave me alone.
I will try. The more I talk to you, the slower this may take.
If something happens, you can have my platform.
Thank you.
But
I will bring it to your
give,
friends.
give the others like an hour.
An hour.
An hour. And
To-
then it's all yours.
To get it back.
The fiery one can sometimes do things with souls that is not normal.
Oh, an hour before I take control?
Yes.
Of course.
I mean, if you can guide me to them, that's a different story, but
Are you allowing me to take full control of your platform?
I would rather you give them a moment to bring me back first.
Okay.
If you can't, or if they can't, yes, take control. Bring me back to them, please.
If I can fix the physicality of your earth
I mean,
package,
Can you move my muscles without...
I can. I would prefer not to without your
No, I mean,
consent.
right. If you take control of the platform, you can move things then.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, okay.
But as I have been stretched more and more thin, so things are.
I've
It
had
takes
some
a while for me to
questions,
catch up
And
on-
while we're trapped here, can I ask them?
Sure.
Do you want to do this, or
Give me a
do you
question.
want to switch back to them?
No, give me a question.
If you speak through spores, can you talk to other things that speak through spores?
If the platform that I inhabit has the anatopic capability of being able to disperse spores, it is possible. However, in order for me to do that with your platform, I would have to forcefully change the evolution of yours, which could take time, and then we're going to do transition back over to yeah, retransition back to what you guys are doing.
I'll keep going if you don't stop me.
You guys wanted to do things, and the remains of Conk within this corridor.
Well, I was going to take Moonchild out of my hood
Okay.
and ask her to locate his scent. Okay, Boots' scent.
The scent of Zemdak. Not of
Boots.
Conk, because Conk does not have
No,
a
no,
scent.
I said Boots. I said
Boots.
Boots.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, we see where Conk is. Yeah.
The majority
Most
of
of
him, yeah.
Would you like to describe what you pull out of your
So it's a little-
non-visible hood?
So I reach behind me and
Just from hammer space, he just pulls.
now there's a little puppy, a little wolf puppy, but an ethereal with like kind of slightly see-through with like kind of a little constellation pattern inside of it, inside of her, and just a cute little adorable little wolf puppy, who I start talking to.
Boots fucking did a Boots thing. Where can you find him? Just try and locate him. Just sniff around and point.
Like pointer and a.
Squirrel?
No, puppy.
Wolf puppy.
Okay.
You put her down.
I don't know if I trust. She's just a little puppy. But so, I wanted to like point, like while I'm holding her.
She's
in
a
there.
puppy.
Fine,
Sniffing the air and like kind of wiggling.
Fine, I'll set her down.
Sit her down. She's like, She starts moving around, goes towards the vase, like sticks her head under the table, like the end table that's there, and like does that thing where like the dogs just like stick their hole and they flat face their like 2 front paws and they like try to squeeze under the thing, and you see, and you see her scratch at something, and eventually knocks something out and goes, and runs over to it and begins chewing on it.
No, are you finding boots or are you just fucking around?
They come over to you and like hold the thing between their 2 paws as they look at you and they're chewing on it.
I'll pick up whatever that is.
No, just give it, drop it.
And you grab it. It looks like a piece of jerky that Zemdek likes to feed to his egg.
Here, give me that. I'm gonna go up to the thermostat and try to feed the thermostat.
Thermostat looks fucked.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on the thermostat.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we'll save it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this situation.
Yeah.
So 11 hit points.
11 hit points. Yeah, that'll fully heal it. Yeah, it doesn't have that many hit points.
Okay.
And then feed it some jerky.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It rolled a lot, and I got to a 3. Woo! Yeah, a 3.
Okay, so you heal it. Whatever, like kind of, it feels like crushed. You hear some bones like snap back into place within this thing. Some cartilaginous things like, and the blood seems to stem as
I'm
you
trying to feed it some
you hear-
jerky and get it.
you
off
put the
wall
jerky in
onto
front of it.
myself.
You hold it there. Nothing happens. You hold it there. And this whole thing just like attacks your whole hand. I would say like from the knuckle to the edge of your fingers. Doesn't hit you, but grabs the thing as you pull it and just devours the piece of jerky.
Okay, can I try to pull it off the wall and stick it on my shoulder?
You can absolutely make an attempt. It's going to fight you every step of the way, so go ahead. Yeah.
What am I? I rolled a 2.
How? You're not proficient in
You
this.
have
I
to-
am
wait,
proficient.
okay. So you have new dice too, right?
I have tons of dice.
Okay, Ken, you're cursed. You and Will Wheaton need to start a Facebook group and just
Are we rolling initiative?
no. You try to like this thing keeps like grabbing it. And you're like, "Ah, damn it! It's like you're trying to grab something
I'm
hot
gonna
without
grab
an
a
oven
piece
mitt.
of conch and try to stick
Pry it off of okay.
and try to get this stick to a
So
piece
you're-
of conch.
What are the rest of you doing while Argus is
Okay.
engaging in this?
I'm gonna pick
Insane.
up Moonchild.
Can one of you hold Moonchild for a little bit?
I was actually going to start looking around on the ground and stuff like that to see if I can find like blood,
Well,
lubricant,
can I-
whatever
'cause
from conch. Like
She's not following directions, but I could try to smell him. I just can't do it like this.
He's gonna go wolf.
sure.
He hasn't done that for like.
It's been a while.
I'll
Yeah.
hold.
I put my hood down for you. Here you
Okay,
go.
anyways, like, I just met you, and she's like,
Oh, Cody, you break my heart.
But
I don't know you.
I'm
I'm giving you my puppy. Sorry.
I shared
I don't know
home
you.
with you.
yeah.
just, there was a weird sound earlier when I was watching through.
Your
So
home
just,
got his friend
just, but
exploded. So.
I need to take a break.
this might be a little disturbing, but it's okay.
And I will go into wolf form.
Are you keeping the illusion up?
Actually could kind of work.
So there's absolutely no change. You're like,
You
this could
hear.
be
So
disturbing.
there's-
You here?
No, the Mai Tai gets down on all fours.
Yes.
Oh, right, right. 'Cause I can
Yeah.
I can only change
My
so much
time
like height
is-
and width. and all
Misheni
that.
gets down on all fours, which is pretty demeaning. And
Yeah.
Plus
totally
the
know.
sound of him changing.
yeah.
His
You
bones
guys-
cracking. And,
Oh, roll wisdom saving throw, please.
Bones cracking and
Oh, thank God.
Cartilaginous snapping, muscles, sinews snapping, and
Am I getting
stretching.
disadvantage on this?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
And bones cracking and
Oh, that's
dislocating.
For some reason, I think it's
pre-warned
the
him.
I think it's the paladin or the cleric.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh,
Elias
there is a
here.
paladin here too.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
stay with the group that's
Yeah.
mostly staying stationary.
Wisdom save. I got an 18. So
18.
yeah.
So definitely, but you doesn't trigger.
Okay.
As you see,
That's gross.
you just hear a bunch of cracking.
Yeah, I know. It's
Cronenberg-like sounds, and but all you see is just Machete just get down on all fours.
but I do get the pale face,
Yeah.
shaking.
Yeah.
He can only change like a foot in any direct. Like,
Which
do
is
the
why
limbs-
she got down.
do the limbs-
There was like a Don Quixote thing where, like, if he wanted to, he could make himself be a wolf and put an illusion on top of himself,
Right, and
of like
then
a
go into the
small
form.
version of like Zemdak riding it. But that's not what's happening. You just keep the illusion that you're doing. That
Do,
just
like,
has
her
to get
limbs
smaller.
shrink?
No. I mean, she just is all on all fours. I mean, the wolf is his wolf form is rather large. So
So then I will attempt to sniff out where Boots went.
this is so bad because Machete is now on all fours, sniffing like a dog.
Yeah.
Machete,
I'm-
how does it look to see your sister?
Sorry, Drew.
I never want
Hey,
to see her looking like that.
help me get Zemdak's pet so that we don't lose it.
I,
Focus on the wall.
Or it doesn't
Seeing
focus.
that, I'm not so sure you're the copy. I think maybe she's the
He
copy.
can't.
Jenny, focus on the wall. Focus.
I've
Hot
stepped
mess.
back.
On the wall. Focus on the wall.
I'm gonna focus on
Yeah,
the wall.
yeah.
I'm gonna focus on the wall. I'm gonna look at the details.
These
Maybe the
people are like,
explosions happen this
"What
way,
is
that way.
happening?"
Like,
Since they're not paying attention to me, I am taking sips.
Yeah.
okay.
And if there's a corridor I can go down, I'm going down.
You can if you'd like to. Would you like to try to sneak away?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
You guys are weird.
In the meantime,
We are weird. That's not a lie.
No,
Yeah.
no.
This is like the
16.
least weird we've ever
16. Anybody's passive perception above 16? Just these two.
Well,
right?
that did not work. But I still try.
I think at the corner of the corridor, you kind of bump into an end table that goes like that makes like it hits a plate that kind of goes like that sound thing as it moves. It
I just lean against the wall.
been. Looking back at you now, though, I see you're different. I'm like, are you okay? Like, where are you going?
I'm just seeing what you guys are doing.
I'm just looking for our friend. And at this point, I'm going into full mathematical mind, trying to figure out
We
the
are going
crime
to get
scene.
in the walls. You want to see
Of
what's inside your house?
which
Let's
direction?
go look.
Okay, so am I picking up any sense?
Right. So, let's see. You turn into your wolf. Go ahead. I guess it's just a straight roll for you.
Because
right now
I'm
of
exhausted,
stuff,
but it would be
for reasons.
This is perception. 13.
13. You sniff and you sniff and you sniff to try to find the scent of Zemdak. You find the scent of Zemdak. You don't find a connecting trail to the... You guys ever played Twilight Princess where you could turn into the wolf form and you could see the scent trail?
Yeah.
You don't see like a connecting trail from the place where Zemdak most likely was while he's working on this vase. You see it there, and then it's just gone. There may be more Zemdak elsewhere, but whatever... Zemdak did not leave this area by conventional means. Or was not in a way that his scent could be left behind.
He fucking exploded.
He's got to be on this other side of this wall.
Right.
I don't really know, but I'm not going back and telling Greg Loves we lost his fucking brother.
Can I try to investigate just in general what's going on? And
Is there
I,
something
Shikar's,
specific that you'd like to look for?
I'm literally looking at it from the crime scene and just trying to figure
You wanna
out
Sherlock it?
mathematically.
Sure.
I'm Sherlocking it, and I'm having Shikar help me with
Where people
like
Shikar's
disappear
back
in the
now?
walls.
Shikar's. Yeah, Shikar's been back.
She was on me, and then
Yeah. Not that great. 17.
17. You take a step back. You actually step back, and you don't blink. You keep eye contact with this whole scene as they're bickering amongst themselves. And she finally steps back to actually be parallel and in line with you at the end of the corridor, so she can get a full view of what's going on here. And she sees the mimic, and you see the pieces and the places that they were and they currently are.
See through this wall.
Pieces have not been picked up yet. Okay. And you're trying to like imagine where the piece was, where Zemdak was, and you try to put together some things, and you kind of in your head create an amalgamation of what this looked like before. And you pull out Lammy. And you just hear Lammy say, "Let me show you."
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Wait, do I hear this? Okay.
No,
Well,
this
she's
is-
got the lamp, so
this
I'm
is a
paying attention
psychosis.
now. Yeah.
This is pure psychosis.
She did pull out the imaginary lamb.
Yeah, but you do see her pull out the lamb and be like, "Okay," and talk to it, but the lamb, it's just a stuffed animal that flops to one side. It's pure psychosis, all in her head.
For now.
I mean,
We'll
with
see.
how much we help, it may not be.
Good
only in her
God,
head
what if
after a
Log
while.
gets... Okay, so...
One day she's gonna get
Log in a
wish,
dream,
and she's gonna
Lammy's
be
alive.
Lammy's like, I am your god now. Okay, anyway,
Except for that lambs don't have a soul. So I'm
Lamb of
give them a
God
soul.
is the new spell.
Well, that
So-
that was an actual
Yeah,
spell
yeah.
I was thinking about.
unintentionally wish Lammy to be a real lamb.
Anyway, what you see as you kind of like try to mind palace everything and try to Sherlock this, you see the mimic that's on the wall that Argus is currently trying to pry off. You see the piece, where the piece was, where the arm was, where Conk may have been, and you see, okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for traces of movement, traces of struggle, scrapes on the wood or scrapes on the floor, disturbances, like make sure places where weight has been, evidence that a person has been in a certain place, movement of travel. If there is blood, smell, or anything, the shape of blood splatter or sweat or everything is going to give me an idea of direction. And you stand there for a few minutes. You kind of take it all in. And one of the things that you get from this is that all this happened extremely quickly. Extremely quickly. The amount of force that was behind all of these movements is tremendous. The amount of force that would be required to crush Conk's barrel in what looks to and what you have perceived as a single strike, tremendous. But fast, quick, swift. Whatever Zemdak was doing, he did not see it coming, and by the time he would have seen anything, it was too late and it was over.
Okay.
Zemdak was not in any type of position, as far as you can tell with your conversation with Log and in his current form as your sister, trying to smell things around, unable to really find something. Either Zemdak was entirely contained when he was taken away, or magic was involved. Your best guess would be either teleportation magic is involved, or they were entirely enveloped and in a hermetic way, and not allowing their scent to escape.
Okay.
You also then get the sense, seeing as there is no dragging, no sliding, or any types of grating or tracks along the floor, that this must have been some sort of vertical assimilation. Something grabbed, picked it up, and brought it to a different place. You look up immediately as you come to this realization, and you see that some of the portion of the tile and wood and the rafters that make up the ceiling is askew.
I'm sure he's fine.
I beg to differ.
I also beg to differ. I mean, you've been acting a little. You've been acting
I'll give
a
you
little.
one more thing. I'm sorry. You got a 17?
Yeah.
Okay, you get one more thing. The speed that this must have happened, you know how Zemdak can react. You know how fast Zemdak is to adapt to new situation. The speed that must have happened must have been lightning quick, without anything to be able to do anything about it. In order for that to happen, for that to be able to disable Conk, remove the mimic from Zemdak, attach it to the wall, almost kill it, grab Zemdak, and then leave, there must have been... This was not possible for a bipedal, two-armed individual. this must have been something that has far more appendages, or the ability to do far more things than someone with 4 appendages would be able to do.
All right, this is definitely not just looking at everything that's going on here. This is definitely not just your normal kind of person that's took over Zemdak. We know that. We know Zemdak. We know.
That's your sister. Continue. I'll interrupt you if I need to.
You've got some locate shit, right?
Not today.
That's his answer every time.
Today.
They're like, I could solve this, but not today.
That's like I said. I'm checking around for. I took Moonchild, but I'm checking around for.
Only if I
drops
sleep
anything.
and set it up
Once
correctly.
I
What
realize
do you
there's
say
no
to the god of
sense,
preparation?
Yeah.
Not
you
today.
see Macheni stand back up once I realize there's no sense and crack, and
Roll
back to
a
normal.
wisdom saving throw.
Meckel, you've
No, I'll take Macheni back.
noticed some things. This is your home, right? Are there bad things in your home?
Have you seen or heard of people disappearing like this before?
Right.
Let me finish up this.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's talk about while you're doing that, just give me a moment. Resolve what it is you need to resolve, but do it quietly, and then tell me what it is that you're doing with the information that you have gathered.
Freak out
With
quietly.
with the information that I've gathered, I'm trying to ask Meckel a little bit more
Okay,
to understand
you-
where
you
things
s-
are going.
okay.
And I'm trying to figure out what he knows that he's not telling us.
Okay.
And I'm
Do me
trying
another
to
thing.
also
Roll
just
a history check. I'm going to say at advantage. You're not your sister, so there's a different DC, but go ahead. I guess, or Arcana, well, it's like a science check. I would say either medicine, history, or... This is a tough one.
fuck yeah, I am.
I mean, you're going to choose history.
It's either history or Arcana if you're going to do Arcana in there. So if it's between medicine and history.
I'm going to give you this, and I'll tell you this, and just so you know, medicine, history, or Arcana, each one has a different DC.
Yeah. Well,
Memories of my sister. Check.
yeah. History.
History? What'd you get?
18.
18. Your gut reaction. Your gut reaction. Something that moves this quick, that has this many appendages, is not natural. It's created. That's your gut reaction, instinctive reaction, and that might be biased for you because of what you have dealt with when it comes to any Majin technology
Right.
and any Majin science and medicine and medical practices. Your gut, most likely extremely biased reaction is, this is grafting or something, or splicing, possibly.
So the reaction was an 11.
An 11. Okay. That's up to you.
So at this point, no. Not after he's done it twice.
Okay, cool. If you say no, I'm going to say that you're probably spending all of your conscious effort to try to stay
Okay.
present.
So as you're questioning me, I begin to like
Catatonic kind
Yeah,
of.
kind of like shut down. Oh no, I'm like the sweats and I've got the the
Yeah.
flute and a death grip or whatever.
You see Meckel like kind of twitch every time there's a snap from... Go ahead.
I mean, we can help. It's okay. Cole play a soothing melody and play with him.
I'd start actually trying to reproduce the melody he was playing earlier when we were outside and everything like that.
Okay,
So
cool.
they'll
Go ahead and
calm
roll a
him.
performance check.
Just asking to help. We're pretty good at this. We're trying to help. Oh no. I have to go do something real quick.
There's a lot of these looks that I'm seeing around the table
Yeah,
today.
what do you-
And
I rolled a nat 1 for a 9.
oh man,
All right, so
that's like what, the fourth nat 1 today?
something like that.
Oh
I
my
actually haven't had that one.
You know
A lot
what,
of
though?
twos, a lot of ones today. Also a lot of 20s.
Last session though, we had a lot of really good high rolls too.
Okay.
So I'm reaching sort of like, or not reaching, but like trying to, from a distance, like push away from the crackling of the thing over there.
Uh-huh.
And with the horrible performance, just sends me over.
Okay.
So I'm thinking just one.
Okay. Would you like to describe what happens?
Sure. Well, do you want me to wait till...
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. In the meantime, let's revisit our little buddy Boots. I've been able to break down about half of what is remaining within your system. I can't say I've ever dealt with something like this before. This is extremely difficult to deal with. It seems to be adapting and taking some of my own spores and turning them against me.
Will it help you make new potions
I'm sorry?
in the future? Like, can you make new things? Like, you make potions for other people, right? Like, that's how we met you. You were selling potions.
Yes, I can try. There are
No, I mean, I'm just
many
curious.
forms of medicinal fungi.
Are you learning from this?
Am I learn from this right now?
Yeah.
No, I believe I'm experiencing for the first time what you may call fear.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, that's normal. But, I mean, you kind of got to push past that.
Push past fear. Isn't the whole point of fear to be, as far as I understand it, something that you are unable to push past and which stops you from doing something?
Not necessarily.
Interesting. Perhaps my definition is incomplete.
Fear is meant to make you aware of the situation you're in.
I am aware.
You're supposed to be able to act while you're afraid.
This is the definition of courage.
It's kind of what we do. If you've been watching us.
Boots. I am afraid. I am acting.
Oh, buddy, I'm right there with you. I
to
can't
help
see,
you.
I can't move, I can barely breathe. I'm right there with you. But I'm still trying to do stuff.
I will do my best to help you.
Have I felt, other than being dragged, have I felt like my...
That was something that, you felt in the beginning and
Okay.
then kind of faded as your body became more and more and more numb as the neurotoxin spread throughout your body.
So I still have no idea what's happened to me.
You can't see, as far as the
Yeah, yeah.
feeling that you do have, gravity seems not, you don't feel like you're upright.
Okay.
I will help. I
mean, I only want you to do what you can do. I
I am
don't want you
afraid.
to hurt yourself or push yourself past...
You see, it just kind of repeats at this point, as it's spending a lot of what it has left in you to try to fight what this is. It just says, I'm afraid. I am afraid.
That's all right.
I am afraid.
If you
I
can
am afraid.
eliminate the neurotoxin, that's all I need from you. If you can't, do your best.
I am afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Don't leave me.
Quiet.
Hey, Keeline.
You wait. You don't hear anything.
Time passes.
Time passes.
Because I have no other way of communicating. So
What feels like
if I can't talk to him, I can't do anything.
what feels like hours. It's like this agony of between numbness and pain.
Wiggle your thumb.
Wiggle your thumb. You try to force yourself to. Log. Can you please roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
What was the Kill Bill thing? Wiggle your big
Wiggle
toe.
your
Move,
big toe.
yeah, wiggle your big
that's
toe.
what it was.
Wiggle your big toe.
Con save.
Con save, please.
Welcome to paradise.
Welcome to
paradise.
paradise. That's the name of the episode,
Yo, yeah.
guys. Yo, well done. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Nice job, everybody.
2 levels of exhaustion. Is that at disadvantage? That's just ability checks, not saves.
Not saves. You're good. Straight roll. Yeah.
I thought it.
It's
are
not
you
until
doing-
3.
Oh, it's 3. Okay.
8.
8.
You have Eleazar here.
Oh, right. So 10.
10. Eleazar is just like, he's just here for moral support. His aura is what he's doing right now because this is all not what he does. He finds a thing. Granted, he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
So I think what he does is that anytime Trisheni decides, hey, this is what we need to do, he'd be like, yeah, I'm there. I'll help you out. I know what to do is I can hunt.
The
I can
actual
hunt.
planning?
But when it comes to investigating, he can help with that. I think he has been. It's more of just this whole situation. A lot of it is not his ballywick when it comes to getting into the more deep of what's going on. And also, Eleazar's not looking too hot. He has been in the very, very hot desert for a very, very long time. He's in the exact opposite of what his comfortable element is. At the most, he looks drained. He's still suffering from 2 points of exhaustion. It's not great. Or, I believe so. Or at least 1 or something.
I was
No,
gonna.
I definitely had 2. I can't remember if anyone else had 2.
I was gonna ask how you got to 2.
He rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, I
on
got
Oh,
it.
that's
That one,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anybody else would be at most at 1.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he still doesn't
We've
look
established that
100%.
Cole has a magical
But I would say
constitution
then
before.
that Log, there's a moment where you feel like a wave of nausea kind of hit you. That appears to like originate from your temples. And it kind of overwhelms you and you have to vomit.
I vomit.
You just vomit right there. Yeah, you vomit just right there as Machete.
That's what sends me over.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
barking noise and the awful
And the vomit,
awful
sure.
flute playing and the bone
Oh, what the
cracking.
fuck are you playing?
Yeah,
You hit the brown note.
When you hear the dog vomiting like 2
Yeah,
rooms
it's
away, you're like, oh shit.
but it's
look,
weird
it
because
was
the
this
vomit
one?
comes through the illusion of
Yes.
like where it shouldn't actually be. So like he's facing this way, but the dog's illusion is over here, so he's vomiting that way.
6 inches out
Coming
from
out
Yeah.
of the Maiton's ear, just. Oh man.
Do you
So
want
you
me
vomit. Yeah, we'll get to that. I want to
Okay.
make sure that she. But so you vomit, and there's this moment, like right before you pass out, that you see a lot of that iridescent kind of metallic liquid in your vomit. Who else had it in them? The egg, right?
the egg and shit.
The egg, Log, and Trisheni, right?
And
And the egg's on you right now,
yeah,
right? Okay.
as long
I
as
think.
it's stripping.
I don't know where.
You think exactly. You think
It's wherever
you
the
like.
egg
You
is.
like. It's almost like your brain got like an order to purge, and you did, and that was it. And so you throw up, and all of you see throw up, and you know it's Log, and he throws up, and I think those with the higher perceptions, Cole and Argus, notice that there is more of like a liquid kind of mercury metallic within the vomit here, and that's not normal at all.
I mean, whatever log pizza.
I mean, what is normal at this point for you guys? That's very, very true.
Log, when did you do Arcane?
Like, not for a while. That,
you're
He
actually
goes like halfway through that sentence before he just passes out, like dead. Log, you're unconscious for the next 10 minutes.
Well,
Is he stable?
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
he is like in an unconscious, subconscious sleeping state for the next 10 minutes. It is possible for him to be roused, but he is like to the point where his 2 points of exhaustion, vomiting, and another like atomical like physiological shock to his body has caused it to be like, okay, like when you're doing judo and your body gets too much pain and it just shuts down, it has shut down. It has had too much input and it has shut down.
We switched back to me.
Okay.
Oculine was trying to help, trying to do what he could.
Yeah.
Lost
He
connection.
went quiet.
Like all his spores are gone.
He was afraid
shit.
too.
Okay.
Onculine was afraid.
He just
Okay.
kept saying, I am afraid. I am afraid. I am.
Okay.
So we switched back.
I puked.
He puked. There's
Out the nanite, the silver
silvery-
liquid. And then
Out
I
your
passed
sister's
out.
ear. Yeah, out your sister's
The
ear.
illusion.
He puked out your sister's ear.
Because it's no
Because the
illusion.
illusion.
Right.
Which kind of set me off.
which
Right.
he starts.
So,
Which we're gonna talk
with
about now.
With the whole thing started with him cracking his bones again. So I'm like trying to push, even though I'm like 60 feet away, trying to like push him, like stop that noise.
Yeah.
He decides to play a flute rather horribly, which along with the vomiting.
This whole scene is the hottest mess.
Yeah. So Meckel,
Yeah.
you are the closest, so you probably. He looks at you for a second. His eyes don't roll back; they disappear into like just
Sockets.
black sockets.
Okay.
Falls to his knees. His mouth opens up much wider than it normally should, and the yelling that you heard in your head emanates from him.
that
We're talking like
discordant
mummy
sound.
style.
Okay. So, are we going off your thing here?
Mhm.
So it
Yeah,
looks like
and editorialize as needed.
all right. So this basically
Well,
causes.
do me a bit like
Yeah.
paint me a narrative picture.
All right. So you can almost see the wave of sound coming at you as it's coming down the corridor and spreading out in all directions, and you kind of feel like it hits your fight or flight mechanism, and you don't have a choice. Or you're trying to struggle to see which way it flips.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know if you have this in front of you.
No,
Otherwise,
no. It's. I have a good portion of it. I'm not sure if it's something that I shared with you, but I do have a good portion of it. So
all right.
it's
I know
something
they
need
have to
correct.
make a save.
They do. So you start to see Meckel's form like twist and change and turn into something abominable, something so ugly and unhinged and unthinkable that it reaches into the very depths of your mind and pulls at the strings of your sanity.
But it's still recognizable as Meckel, which
Right.
is
So there's this very uncanny valley,
Yeah,
absolute like just
is sanity?
your brain just can't rationalize what's happening, which is causing you to be like ride this line between abject terror and non-logical rationalization. So
What is sanity?
I mean,
I'm just gonna see if
the
it
majority
weighs
of us have been riding the line of sanity for the longest time all over at this table.
I think all 5 of us are insane.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
well, he will be tomorrow.
I mean, Cole willingly sacrificed part of
already
his
been
sanity for
multiple
power.
Oh, okay.
I have
Your
a Tom.
sanity is so solid.
I don't have any of the
yourself
numbers or
that
anything,
it
so-
I have
covers
some
on
stuff.
the
Okay.
other side.
What do we
TJ?
need to roll?
So, as you see, like his kind of ribcage start to snap and get larger, his jaw kind of get big, his eyes kind of like become sockets, and the sockets like spread out and go past where his temples are, right above his ears. His ears get sucked in and become. They invert themselves and become these wide holes that create these massive, large cones within his skull. This absolutely body horror, disgusting Cronenberg transformation starts to occur. You can still recognize him as Meckel, but this stretched warp type of, that's not where that's supposed to be type of version. And there's this kind of low, at the same time harmonic, high shriek, like a dog whistle that you almost can't hear, that just permeates and almost perforates your eardrums. I need everybody to roll Yeah. Everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
So I passed out, right? Do I still need to?
Don't you automatically fail it?
Not you don't automatically fail wisdom saving
+2.
throws.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking.
Right, because Eleazar's still there.
I'm gonna say when you are unconscious, you can't suffer from this condition. So I'll get to you if I need to. Okay.
I'm sure.
So for now, you just chill.
Are you hitting one? The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
One. Yeah. So let's go around.
I have a Tom fuckery question for you.
Okay. I'm not sure if Tom will give you consent, but go ahead.
The whole thing with me seeing my sister, does that
Oh
work?
shit! Fuck.
Did I
Work
just
or
kill
not?
the party?
With
Does it work or not?
Did it's fine.
that is a really good
because
point because
on-
that's exactly what this does.
And also, like the fact that I'm so on the edge anyway.
You know what? Fucking roll me a luck check because this is really cool. Roll a d20.
I didn't have it proc the normal ability of my race proc, but
That's what I'm
still.
talking about.
I know.
So roll
just
check if the illusion of your sister gives you the courage.
4.
You are very well aware, because of the vomiting out of the ear of your sister, that this is not in fact your sister. Even the facsimile of which
Definitely not her.
does not inspire you with insurmountable courage. So you are affected by this. What is your wisdom saving throw?
7.
7.
One better at 8.
Do I need to roll for Moonchild?
Is she immune? What are the status effects on which she is immune to? And I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
27.
27. Okay.
There's one target.
Eleazar got a 15.
15. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll
much
play
better.
him since
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not.
please do. 'Cause
Yeah,
I-
9.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I forgot to add in Eleazar's +2, so 10.
Yes, don't forget the
9.
+2s.
I
everybody.
did. That's why I had 27.
It is like a 10-foot thing, but I think he's like
We're in the
making it a
hallway.
point to just be like,
Yeah.
hey, I make sure I'm splitting the difference between everybody. That's a good point, Trisheni. You're not in that because you've backed up to the point where you could Sherlock everything and you're standing right next to him.
All right. 7. I mean,
So she's immune to charmed
I
and
fail anyway. Hey.
she's
Like, you just do this transpiration and you just slowly turn horror movie style to Trisheni.
she's immune to charmed and petrified.
Okay, she's not immune to this. Go ahead and roll for her. Anybody else? No? Okay, we're good.
Conk? No.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Conks and pieces.
With no
Zimzak?
cord.
Oh, wait, no, you're not here.
13.
13?
Me? Oh, yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's rolling for the other.
Yeah.
Oh, I know he is.
I'm not.
Moonchild saves.
No, I meant the other guy.
Eleazar saves. Argus saves. All the rest of you fail. Those that you have failed, you drop whatever it is that you are holding. That includes weapons, books, whether they be spell books or not. Anything. Anything that you
lamb.
were holding. The lamb. Whatever it is that you may be holding at the time. Instruments.
It's tethered to her belt.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it was
Yeah.
Yeah, I would drop my flute.
And you are now frightened.
Great.
You are frightened of whatever Mekkel has become.
Cool.
Yeah, I
You
don't think
may
we're
only
fighting
take
it
the
yet,
dash
so
action to
thank
move
God.
away from whatever Mekkel has become by the safest route on each of your turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If you end your turn in a location that is out of, okay, well, you don't know what the range is, or become, well, I can't tell you that. That's, I can't tell you half of this. Yeah.
Stop meddying,
You'll just have to figure it out.
The yelling is ongoing. It's just one.
Yeah, it's just this constant note that just.
Can we do stuff?
You may. Those that you are under the fear condition. You drop
Those that
whatever it is that
saved,
you're holding.
though.
Yes, those that you have saved are not under the fear condition. It sucks to be here
Sure.
right now because it hurts. But yeah,
Call.
command
Yeah.
from Eleazar.
Yep.
Do
Can
I
you
hear
make a
that?
wisdom?
That's a good point. You're blind. You're not deaf.
No, I meant for my reaction.
I'm sorry.
The other part. For my action. Or do I wait until the end of the round?
I understand. I think they happen simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they happen simultaneously. So, Well, first, before we do that type of thing, we have to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Tell me you got a nat 20.
I got a 19 on the dice.
I still roll because I'm for.
Yeah, you still have to roll just so that if it comes to you and yeah.
It's my
I got a
third
tw-
one of the night.
That's
21.
pretty crazy.
It's up to you whether you want to roll now or you want to roll when you wake up.
On 3 different
There you
dice.
Yeah, that's not.
So I will be holding my action until I hear something. If I'm first in
Yeah,
initiative.
you're kind of in automatic mode now.
Yeah,
anyway, so-
yeah. And I don't have any of the stats.
Yeah.
So.
So pretty much it would be like you get to hold your action to use your reaction to do the thing, but it doesn't matter because you use your reaction to do the thing
Right.
anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You got a 21?
I got a 21.
Okay. Someone keep track of this because I don't want to keep track of initiative.
You
anymore.
said 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm first,
Well, let's go around first.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
14.
14 for Trisheni. Cole.
Cole got a 5 because I rolled my third nat 1 of the night.
My jeez. God.
So I
There's
can't.
something in the air.
On 3 different dice too.
It's up to you. You don't have to make it known what it is you rolled,
Well,
and
I
it's
was
up to you
gonna
whether
say,
you want to roll now or
The
later.
thing is, I can't remember if I had Moonchild give me Gift of Readiness this when we started our day or not.
I think you did, but does it last for 8 hours?
It lasts for 8 hours.
Like, I'll give it to you. It's fine.
We haven't been.
I'll give it to you because it's kind of on the edge of that, but it's fine. Go ahead if you want to.
Because wait, so that means I got to add a
first
D8.
time in like since college.
Initiative is an ability check. It is a dexterity check.
Yeah, it is.
It's disadvantage.
That's why I can use.
It is a dexterity check of which you have proficiency, so you have disadvantage. Yeah.
No, because
that
you
would
don't
have
have
been bad.
proficiency
Don't
in
add
initiative.
proficiency. No.
That's why
I'm
I
sorry,
can add
yes,
Jack
that's
of all
correct,
trades
that's
to it.
correct. That's correct. Yep.
Am I rolling a disadvantage or not?
Yes.
It is an ability check. It's a dexterity check.
That would have been a fucking nat 20.
Oh, I'm so.
I'm okay with it.
Cody is mad at me now.
So, but with Gift of Readiness, then that still makes it not too terrible. So that's still a 16.
I mean, granted, you're still unconscious. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I could have had a huge fucking
Yeah.
initiative with while unconscious.
Yeah.
Which is why I was excited. No, that's no. She goes.
That's the game.
All right, she
The
goes
game
first.
is like, oh yay! No, actually, that's not how that works. Well, fuck you. Don't do it.
I got a 7.
7.
Jeez. Okay, that's okay. What'd you get? Oh, you're not.
What did
Eleazar
Eleazar
got a 16.
16. Okay, so
What'd you
who's
get?
first?
Mikkel.
Yeah, I hold my action until I hear
Um,
something.
So 16.
that is actually a good point. Who was the last person
What's your
that?
dex?
14.
Who's the last person that spoke
go first.
or said something or made a sound before this happened?
Probably me because I was trying to be like. Yeah, one of
Oh,
us.
yeah,
I
that
was
damn
literally
flute.
playing a musical instrument.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
take
that-
your action to do that.
All right, you have the stats for it. I don't.
Yep.
But you see, so this whole like thing is emanating these sound waves. One, all of a sudden, Meckel, who was looking at her and is kind of twisted, his neck sort of twists unnaturally and kind of twists up to. So now you're basically looking in the orifice of his mouth, realizing his teeth are gone. But out of that, you actually see sort of like a whitish mist kind of pop up. And this wall of sound just basically vibrates its way to you. And
Like offensive sound wave. Just,
yeah,
like resonance matching your anatomy just hits you. So do me a favor. Go ahead and roll a con save.
is it shatter? So I don't know.
Is it actually? Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. We're going to. I believe shatter's a con save, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't get to that point. Yeah, just roll high. That's
Yeah,
all you
roll
have to-
high.
Just tell me what I'm rolling.
Yeah.
What,
It's I believe it's a con save.
Okay. Well, and as we have
Yes,
established in previous episodes, Cole's fucking constitution is
3d8.
phenomenally magical for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because I just rolled a 19 on the die, which put it up to 22.
Okay, so
Did you
that's
have
a, that's a
did you
save.
add the 2 for Elliot?
So you
Yeah,
still.
Oh, sorry, 24.
Yeah. So,
Save.
half.
There's important things.
Is it shatter in area? Who's first, just for my records? You or Elliot?
So would normally be 14. He takes 7 then.
Half. 7.
That's 7. Yep.
Okay.
7
We
points.
threw
of
out the
sonic.
book a long time ago.
I mean,
I got you, I
Like,
know.
if he's doesn't it cover?
It's
It's a 10-foot
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
square
get information
centered on
on.
him.
Yeah.
Adam, what's Eliezer's?
So I don't know where everybody
Speaking
else
of which, yes, if Eliezer's within 10 feet of him, Eliezer's going to get hit. Yeah.
Are we all?
Yeah, because we're
Except
all
for
standing
her.
together.
Except
yeah.
for me.
Except for everybody. Yeah, it's going to be everybody. Go ahead. Con save. You still make a con save, although you're unconscious. So does Moonchild.
Are we rolling damage for one?
Roll your damage
Right.
one time,
And then there's a play.
and then those who save take half, and those who don't take full.
If you don't save, it's 14 total. Because you said 3d8, right?
Save it's 7.
Who's
Is
up
there an
first?
add-on effect?
Logger, Eliezer.
I don't believe there's an add-on effect.
A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay.
A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spells.
Now, they already
what's the
dropped their
spell DC?
items.
They did.
So,
Is there anything?
sorry for your flute.
A non-magical item that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage that isn't anything that you guys dropped. What would you have dropped? You dropped Conk's arm.
Excuse me, I didn't fail that check.
I had
You
put,
didn't, you said-
I had put Conk's arm down. I dropped my
No,
flute,
I was
though.
using
dropped your
Conk's
flutes?
arm to try to.
It's Terrazine. It can absorb that energy.
It is crystal, so it has disadvantage on the save.
So
Tactically.
it shatters.
Most like you roll for it. Roll
Okay.
for it. It gets a +5.
Disadvantage on the save, though.
Disadvantage though.
What was the save for shatter?
The DC?
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
12.
Well, okay.
12. That's failed.
Okay. Okay. First off, what's Eliezer's dexterity? Because I've asked you like 6 times.
13.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Log goes first. We
Thank
already
you.
established
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know.
told you
I
that.
kept asking and nobody was
It's
answering
okay. There's
the
a lot
question.
going on. It's all right.
I'm
thought I
sorry. I
told you
probably
long.
talked over you.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. It's all right, guys. So the flute takes how much?
14.
14. But yeah, the flute's gone, my bro.
I wasn't
What did
really.
you drop?
I really wasn't really holding
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Eleazar did
Saved.
fit. He saved?
He saved.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I feel
All right.
bad for the puppy.
Yeah.
Well, so
We did. Everybody's good with damage then? Everybody did damage round?
well, because so my con save was 16, hers was 17.
You both save. So you both take 7. Okay.
Don't hurt the
And
puppy.
did her hit points change because she was now puppy form? Okay.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, yeah, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
She has 106.
But
No.
Log's
Yeah.
unconscious. Does Moonchild do anything on her own?
Well, it's not. He only acts on his turn. So.
It is his turn.
Oh, it is your turn.
He's first after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done mine depending on what's.
I mean, you're unconscious.
Moonchild is.
Right, but Moonchild isn't. She
Moonchild isn't. You just tell me what she would do naturally. As a poop.
Should lick your face.
Wake up!
Well, I think she would recognize that. Okay, there's some bad shit going on here. So yeah, so you would see her do a little wind up with her tail, and she'll do a ray of frost at you.
Okay. Do a ray of frost at you. I'm keeping track of your hit points over here.
Yeah, and my everything else.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know if you need to be concerned.
Okay, I'm not concerned.
So she's a little pup. It's just a little, and she only got a 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, frosty breath.
Yeah, I think it tries to make it past this like cone of sound and just gets disintegrated before it can make it through. It actually makes purchase upon whatever Mechal's form has become. Who's next?
That would be Eliezer.
I feel like he would say chill
That's funny.
Chill.
as his command.
Sure.
So wisdom save.
Is there a vocal component to that?
To ray of frost.
Yes.
I
mean, does
down here.
Shit,
I
all of
imagine
them
there
do.
would be.
I think there is.
I do need to know. It's kind of because then your reaction is going to trigger.
right?
But didn't he already do his reaction?
No, that was his action on his
That
turn.
was my action.
He went first. He got a 20 something.
21.
You're on deck, by the way.
Yeah.
Meaning calm, but however he interprets it because
For
of
sure,
the
for
language barrier.
Is this screaming is a language barrier?
I mean, do you understand the vernacular?
No, I don't.
Did you put up a language barrier?
Yeah, so it is verbal.
Okay.
But I need a wisdom.
So reaction triggers on Moonchild.
All right.
Which I believe
Oh,
is
yeah.
in the center of everybody still because you guys are in a cramped corridor. So that's everybody. Con save again.
Yep. 3d8 again.
+2.
Except for
Oh
you.
my god.
2 8s.
No. 2 8s and a 5.
I felt that.
Yeah.
Wait, so am I rolling for me also, or?
Yeah, you still roll con saves although you're unconscious. Yes.
Was I don't know what's going on anymore.
I got
Yeah.
14.
The one time my constitution
Both for
doesn't,
you
like,
and your-
hold out.
I'm sorry. Let's go ahead. Let's go. I'll tell you what the fail or save.
7.
Fail.
Yeah, I knew.
I got 18. Moonshot got 11.
Success for log, fail for Moonchild.
14.
Success.
14.
Success.
All right. So if you succeeded, or if you didn't succeed, you take
2 8s and 5, 21 points?
21 points.
10 on save.
And 10 on
down
a
to
save.
38.
As again, like the head turns, cocks in a weird way, and just and there's just these you barely hear it, but the impact of this sound wave starts to like cause your pores to open up and cause you to bleed as it hits the exact resonance of your anatomical cohesion.
I guess maybe would he say hush? Yeah, hush.
You say hush. So Eleazar casts command and says hush. You've already used your reaction. You can no longer respond to this. You'll have to wait till next time if you do. So
Wisdom save.
wisdom save.
That
Go
gets
for
through
you.
the vocal.
I'm sorry?
You asked for the vocal. Oh, because of this.
Because
okay.
it was the
So-
sound that triggered your reaction.
And this is a magical hush.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
you still have
so
to say
I
something.
rolled a
that's fine.
17. I don't know what stats
So
I'm
you
using.
ignore it.
Okay.
Yeah, you ignore it because even that plus your even that
Whatever
just
the bonus is,
yeah,
yeah.
would pass it. So, Elias says hush, and you don't hush. So
I do cock my head that way though.
That's fine, yeah.
who's next?
Trisheni's up. Argus is on deck.
So just to clarify, the only thing we can do if we
Oh,
fail.
by the way, like the paintings and the glass and the stuff that's around here and some of the vases are all shattering from all the sound around here. It's a very Matrix bullet time shatter. Go ahead.
So the only thing that any of us who failed the initial save, they can only dash, correct?
Dash away, yeah, because you still have the fear effect.
Correct. If you are still under the effect of the fear of them, yes.
Okay. Even if it's not, not moving closer. So, I guess, big surprise. Damn it, I can't even, dance then.
While frightened, a creature must take the dash action to move away
But a bonus action, I'm going to
by the
definitely
safest
dance.
available route on each of its turns.
I'm definitely going to dance. 'cause-
Unless
Is that
there's
the
nowhere to
only
move.
action, or you must take that action?
You must take the dash action to move away, meaning that you take your movement and then you use your action to dash.
Well, I'm definitely...
And is that the only action we can take, or?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure.
It says you must take the dash.
Well,
action.
no, I'm saying, like, are we still able to use our bonus actions and stuff like that? That's what I'm asking.
It doesn't specify, so I don't see why not.
Okay.
Speaking of bonus actions, Eleazar rushes forward and slams his shield.
He's not afraid, correct?
No, correct.
Okay, cool.
Slams his shield into.
Because we don't have a map, I'm going to
Metal.
say for the understanding of that, that means that the rest of you are no longer within his aura, but Trisheni will be. Make sense?
Well,
Yep.
No, Trisheni's running the other way. She's fleeing.
She's running This is the corridor. All you are gathered here. Eleazar's with you. Trisheni and Mekkel are over here. Eleazar runs this way. Trisheni runs this way around the corner.
Yeah, because she failed, so.
Yeah.
I'm super, super scared. And because I'm super scared, I'm going to go ahead and start dancing and run even faster. So that's 90 feet down the
once
corridor.
you 90 feet down the corridor, you no longer are within sight line of.
It's not sight.
It's not sight line. You're right. It's sound. 90 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. You run 90 feet.
Am I still scared?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
You
going
can
to...
still hear me.
You can still hear him.
I don't know.
Does a 14 beat his AC?
Yes.
Shikar's
14.
Just yes.
Shikar's going to come with me.
Did Shakar roll a con save?
Shakar didn't have to because he was outside of that.
Oh, correct. Yes.
You take 9 points of damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I can't. I guess I can't roll again to save. So cool.
Yeah. If
Then I'm
Trishini's
done.
done, then it's Argus and Cole's on deck.
Okay.
Argus cast banishment.
On Meckel.
Yep.
Do it.
Charisma save.
Charisma save.
I
Add-
got it.
Almost.
Just add 1 to whatever your current bonus is.
Yay, I'm gone. At least I believe I am. I got a 7.
7.
16's AC.
DC.
Gone.
DC.
You may roll on your turn. Sorry, we have to go around on your turn.
Cool.
So then, Cole,
Yeah, I'm.
unless you have.
Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm one of the frightened people.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, you can roll again to save from it.
But
But if he's no longer there, do I have to do? Am I frightened enough to
Because
run
the
away
sound
from?
lingers in your mind.
Oh,
but
wait,
he's
no,
no
that's
longer,
why I
but
was-
you're no longer hearing it. So
Well, I thought we had to run from the thing that was the thing
do.
that caused fear, which was
Only-
thought
I
him, not
believe
the
it's-
sound. So that's why I'm confused.
if you end,
Yeah.
It's usually within.
you have to end a turn.
okay.
At the, you get this. You get the repeat of the save at the end of your turn, if certain prerequisites are met.
All right. So yeah, I take off running since I can still hear it in my mind.
You follow Trisheni or you go the opposite way.
Well,
You have to.
I would have to go the
run
opposite
You
way.
have to go the
'cause-
opposite way. Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Argus makes them disappear.
So you move, I guess, 60 feet in that direction.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and roll your another wisdom save then. You're there for. You don't get another save every turn, right? No.
No, you're there for a minute.
You're there
unless
for
I
a
lose
minute.
My
Yeah.
concentration.
And this lasts.
And is Meckel
18.
native, is Meckel
18.
native to the material plane?
You're gonna find out, I suppose. Go ahead.
18.
18. Yeah, you're no longer afraid. Who's next?
Fucking screaming things.
Meckel, then Log.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Who casted banishment?
Me.
We're off on our own now.
Right.
You find your.
Oh gosh, where is he?
I don't think you're gonna remember this, so I don't think I can tell you.
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't. Unless it's like in one of them. I'm fine not knowing. And even if
It would
is
be
in one
interesting
of
for him
them-
to know this, but he can't
Yeah.
because there's no way for him to find out.
Yep.
But it'd be so cool.
Sorry.
Is he in my burn stuff?
now Argus is gonna go around. Going, can I banish you so you can tell me where you go?
He can.
Is he in
He
my?
can do whatever he wants, so he's banished to whatever plane Argus wants him to go to.
Because his powers doesn't
I
go
think that's up to
anywhere.
me, but we'll find out.
Yeah, no, just
Yeah.
the way
so-
Argus's mind works.
Yeah.
He's definitely burning
Right.
right now.
Meckel, you're just screaming into the void at the moment.
Literally.
Yeah. Who's next?
Log's unconscious.
Log and Moonchild.
So
I do think that your action and your reaction do proc while you're in here. Whether or not it actually does something, who knows? But there's definitely sound here. Go ahead.
so it would be me, but am I no longer conscious since he's gone, or am I still unconscious?
Your consciousness had nothing to do with him. Your unconscious state had nothing to do with him.
Moonchild is just going
It's
to
ours on deck.
protect my unconscious body.
Okay. All right, you got
Down
it.
to 0 hit points, or are you still
I'm
okay?
just unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, you are unconscious. I mean, there are.
I didn't take any damage.
Do you want like Moonchild to try to rouse you?
Kind of like that guy who's been like partying for 3 days.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then-
She'll
Well,
try
like
and,
lick you up, like lick you in the face and like,
yeah,
come on,
yeah,
wake up, wake up.
she'll try and wake me up.
She can use her action to do so, which does wake you up. It's like shaking somebody from the stun condition, or from the sleep condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But from this sleep condition, you need to be roused. It's not a.
Well, then would that count as the end of my turn?
That would be the end of your turn.
Okay, so then yeah, we'll do that.
But you are now awake. You feel like absolute trash, but
Where the fuck is everyone going?
yeah. You see Cole like, who has like stopped like all the way down the hallway, and Trisheni's just gone. Meckel's nowhere to be seen.
And the hallway is a mess.
The hallway is
I'm
absolute-
laying in my own vomit.
Yeah, you're laying your own vomit that's scattered with glass shard pieces and ceramic pieces. It is like
Dude, Log,
it's,
we had a
it's like
wild
that
night.
scene where Donald Glover comes in Community where everything's on fire with pizza, and he's like, "What happened here?" So who's next?
It's Eleazar and then
So
Trisheni.
he looks at you. He's coming back, right?
In a minute.
He's gonna heal himself with lay on hands. Back up to full.
What do I have to ask about that?
17.
Oh, this could go really bad.
I mean, granted, I know exactly how
I
long
know
this
he
lasts.
will heal me last time as myself. But.
It,
Until I get hit.
He's already been hit.
No.
no.
Something else.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Let's do initiative first because we have to come
Do
to
we
it.
need to roll again for
No,
initiative?
I'm just let's continue in this
Oh, yeah.
order.
Eleazar and Trishani.
I'll keep on running until I don't feel
Argus on deck.
scared, I guess.
So you
'cause-
run another 90 feet, and
Yeah.
then you can roll your wisdom
Okay.
save.
Cool. Could I run 45 feet and then roll my wisdom save? Or is it...
Yeah, you don't have to use your bonus action if you don't want to.
No, it's not.
It's the dash action.
It's the dash
You have
action.
to use your dash action. You have to use your
Your
action
movement?
to dash. What you do with your movement, I suppose, is up to you.
Yeah, if I...
Um,
is 135 feet beyond the threshold? Or am I still within it and I have to keep running?
you don't know, but you can roll your wisdom saving throw. Can't tell you. Like as we get further and further through this, you guys are gonna have to deal with less.
I
and less
keep
and less
running
information.
down the hallway.
What'd you get?
2 on the die, so another 7.
Just gonna run out to the desk.
You're just gonna go right back to where you and Mecca
Yeah.
were and be
I'll
like,
actually-
well, I guess this is where we are.
I'll actually run all the way to Bebas and
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, see ya.
Yeah.
I found a new group. They don't make my sister throw up.
They don't make me question my
Yes,
own
my
existence.
sanity.
Yeah.
This has been toxic, guys.
Argus.
Who's so?
It's you and then me.
And
You're concentrating on this, correct?
There's only Eleazar and Login. Yes.
Okay. Did you have to roll anything for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not getting hit.
Just concentration.
Because it wasn't healing, right?
Oh yeah, no.
But it wasn't fire.
It was a bit healing.
Okay.
Is what we stated.
Yeah, healing's not
I
burning.
wrote it down.
That's why it's important to take notes.
He's gonna heal tomorrow.
Because healing's not burning. That's
So
why.
you're concentrating on this.
It's because healing's the opposite
Yes.
of burning.
Yeah. Well,
Except
except
for your
for
hand.
that one time with you where it was actually how
Purify
you
you
heal.
through fire.
I did that with Zemdak's cheek.
You did that with your own fucking hand.
Okay, so what are you doing in return?
I'm going to run after Trisheni. I'm not
With
getting
your
very
little
far.
legs?
Come back!
You move
you going?
She's like moving 90 feet and you're just like 25. Like,
So, yeah.
So he gets to my body, or where I was anyway.
yeah,
right?
yeah, you get to where you were. And you,
I get to, it's 50, it's 25 twice.
yeah, okay.
I'm like, Trisheni, come back.
You're like, sorry, Eliezer. And you push past him.
Eleazar starts counting.
He's counting how long until he comes back.
Yep.
It's like a dog chasing a Corvette. It's gone. Okay.
I guess you're the Corvette.
That
Yeah.
would be. I'm up next then.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
You have full control over what's going on here. Eventually, we're just going to... But I want to roll it until she's not afraid anymore, pretty much.
See how far I run away.
Yeah, pretty much.
First thing I do to him is I try and cast healing word on myself. Does it actually work with because of the cloak?
Can you heal yourself?
Yeah, because of the issues with the cloak. Remember?
Well, we
Why
we
you
did it
wanted
last
to wear a
session.
cursed
Well,
item
yeah,
and
but
you
last
thought it'd
session
be
you weren't
cool.
me who like remembers that shit.
Right.
Trisheni just runs
It
off.
does work. Okay.
I'm just gone.
Cole kills himself by healing himself.
I do.
Everybody's punished by healing.
I come back and there's nobody alive.
Right, exactly.
Well, what? I'm not.
done?
I'm not
Argus is
punished.
like
You guys are all.
still
All of
trying
you
to
are
do
just
it.
punished if I try and heal you while I'm next to you. I cast healing word on myself. It's second level.
Okay, go ahead. You can roll. Go ahead. If that's all you're doing, then...
No, then I turn around and dash my way back to
sure,
the
you
group.
got it. Who's next?
Oh my
back
god.
to
Back to the top of the order.
Weird.
You just continue to scream into the void.
Then Log. Who's awake now?
2
So-
wounds. I'm exhausted, so it takes half my movement to get up.
Which
So
only
you
leaves
have,
with like 5 feet.
Like 5-10 feet to move. You're like,
Pick up Moonchild, put her in my hood, and just take a step.
At least you didn't have to roll to put the puppy in your hood.
I mean, it's like having the flu and trying to like will yourself to get out of the bed. That takes a lot of energy. It's that's what it feels like to you. You feel just dag nabbit and
What the fuck happened?
I'm already running. I'm on the other side of the hallway, so I'm already around the corner.
You know
I'm
that
apparently
feeling
on ones tonight.
anything above like just a couple decibels of talking like makes your own head hurt as it vibrates within your own skull. Like, you know that feeling where it's just that bad? It's like a hangover plus the flu. It's really bad.
At us.
Log is feeling that right now, and the problem is that the timbre of Log's true voice is something that vibrates his
Resonates.
skull quite a bit. So it's like, what the hell happened? It's not great.
So
He
Eleazar
just says
tells
screw
me.
it and talks in your head.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna pump 18.
It's your turn then?
It'll be
Eliezer?
my turn after
Okay.
yours.
Yeah,
so I'll
it's
pump
Eleazar
18.
and
and
then
Elias is just doing triage right now, being
Yeah.
like, y'all are fucked up. What the hell just happened? That all of that caught you by surprise. Some big old shit happened. And who's after Eleazar?
I keep on
Trishani.
running.
Trishani.
until
Did you roll
Well,
your wisdom save?
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
'cause
run
it's
and
at
then
the
you
end
roll.
of,
Yeah.
end of the turn,
Yeah.
right? So, hey, 19.
You are no longer afraid. Okay, well, we're going to finish this now.
She turns around and just like sprints past Argent
she's
the
like-
other direction.
The worm jumps out of the sand. in
Trishani's
front of her,
like-
she's like,
Turn
Hold
around.
on, so
Trishani's like back in our room.
So this is what happens. Trisheni has been following the route that Mekl had showed her before, and has
where I
ended
wanna
up
go.
in darkness, not able to see, just running.
We're gonna. God.
But
Argus chases her,
Yeah.
and eventually, like, is right about to turn the corner into the darkness that she was when she pops her head out right, and you're like, ha! As she appears, you're like, Argus! It's just like, right there in front of you.
okay, let's go. Go back. What happened? Yeah.
I banished him.
Okay. Well, oh shit. Well, we have
And
to
she
fight
runs
them.
right by you, and you're like, oh, damn it.
I do like a lap back, and then I just grab your hand and I pull you.
You like start running 30 feet. and
Let's
you're
get
like,
everyone
you grab
out of
me.
the area.
yeah.
Show me where you heard this noise.
Okay, let's go.
Maybe Log can see through the wall, and we can try to find that corridor.
Yeah, because
You guys end
This
up
is unnatural.
all eventually back in that corridor
Clearly.
where the crime scene.
No,
happened.
I'm saying we're getting out of there.
Yeah.
So they just turn around and leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you have to go through that way in order to leave. That's like kind of.
Well, he just goes back and gets the other
Yeah,
three
they're
of
going
us,
back
and
to
they're
get
like,
us and
we're
then
going this
take
way.
us back.
it's you have to
Yeah.
go through that area to go back to where the
We're-
entrance was. Does that make sense?
we're still leaving the area.
You said she
That's-
ran that direction.
She ran She ran toward where Mekl was.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where I want to go.
You want to go
In the darkness.
So let's call that like forward deeper into the estate.
Yes.
Okay. And Cole had run away closer
Right.
to the entrance of the estate as you had split.
Cole broke free and got back to us, though.
Yeah, Cole probably got back to where everybody kind of is. That's not like where Log and Moonchild and Cole and Eleazar are right now.
These two run back to us.
Run
grab
back to us,
and we all.
grab you. Okay, so about that time, once you run back and you kind of gather everybody and you begin to head further back.
I want to go back to where
Towards-
he
Your
stopped.
banishment ends.
That takes a minute. So
It
we
does
got
take
more
a
than
minute.
that
Don't
time
worry about it. I got this. I got you. Don't worry about it. Come on. I promise you, I'm not
We-
gonna fuck. My job is not to fuck you.
We run back towards the place.
Because all this, like you're like, where is my party? Okay, we're here. Okay, let's go. You guys make this decision like out of nowhere. We're going this way. It doesn't matter.
Cole, I can't help.
As you guys
You're
are
on-
headed down the corridor, you feel your spell end behind you, and you see slumped, passed out, the body of Mengel. Like about 60 feet behind you, at the corner,
I think
unconscious.
He screamed himself out.
human.
I mean, that happens to me when I get angry. I just yell so much that I just can't yell anymore. Hey, not a problem anymore, right? Let's go.
Do you want to take him with us still?
We
Let's
should probably.
let's check on him before we
I
go.
would rather not have him screaming in my ear.
Where the fuck is Boots? Have we found Boots?
No, we got to go. Like, we can go back towards where.
I'm saying maybe you can see through the wall where they heard the dragging, and we can find the corridor.
Yeah.
And maybe dig through it or something.
Or do we go
Is
up
this
into
it?
the
Is this
ceiling?
the
You were
corridor?
looking, did you see anything? Like,
No, I mean, admittedly, I thought we were just on kind of a fun, silly mission because I'm playing along with him. But no, I guess it turned out to be something more realistic. I don't know.
Even when you were like looking at the explosion and everything. You did
Oh no, the
something?
explosion! I saw that. So that's what I was talking about when I
I
was hanging out with
assume
him.
this doctor has messed with Meckel and grafted him.
Yeah,
Well,
I would.
So he had a Zytec in his room, and his walls were cracked. His floor was cracked, almost probably from like those screams. If I had to think about it.
I would imagine, just
We go up into
hypothesizing,
the
this might
ceiling?
be.
That's what I was trying to get her to tell
You
us.
saw the. Do we go that way and follow, or do we go?
Yeah,
find
let's go that way and
find
follow.
the thing in the hallway and follow
Well,
that way.
that way we'd have to try to dig a hole, and we don't have our digger.
Right.
But there's a
There's a way up into the ceiling that.
well,
Okay.
depends on how the walls are made. We've all still got those crowbars.
It's true.
Let's go up. That's the
If
fastest
if
way.
we can go up.
Aha, they're coming back to me.
We can just do the climbing rope, the magical rope,
You're on
and get up.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah, you're like
wasn't that in
that's
Boots'
okay. I
bag?
think
Was
It
it?
is.
until further notice.
We've got to divvy things up.
Are we gonna
So
just
regular rope.
leave this guy here?
We
Are
can't.
any of you guys checking on him?
We should.
I mean, Cole will totally do a medicine check and see what's going on with him and see if Mikkel's okay.
Yeah.
Mikkel-
I'm also
You
trying
get
to
up,
figure out what the
you
fuck's
get up
going
near
on.
him and
Are you sure with your cloak you want to get that close?
you
to
get
him?
up near him and do a medicine check. Go ahead and roll a
Yeah,
medicine check.
I'm not using spell or anything, just medicine check.
Sorry. Eleazar doesn't
Can you roll a
care.
Constitution saving?
Oh, that's fine. I don't care about him either.
Meckel, can you please roll a Constitution saving throw?
21.
Nat 1.
As you medicine check him, you notice that his pulse is not there. His breathing has stopped.
I try and cast a spell into him, which I know doesn't work, but
He is dead.
Oh.
As you see some wispy something from your cloak, suck the life force out of him and pull it into your cloak and kills him dead.
I'm sorry. Ezreed, I'm used to it.
We see the life force suck
And
out?
it happened as soon as you got close to him.
oh, okay.
I told you not to get
And
close.
as you're casting the spell, you see it, and you try to hit the spell before he does, and the cloak beat you to it.
It wasn't a spell though.
I
And
mean,
you see the
doesn't
cloak
matter.
I did try to
billow
okay.
just a little bit more and get a little bit more grandiose, kind of like anime style, as it gets a little bit too big for a person to be.
Starts
Yeah, it just
billowing
gets a little bit bigger
more.
as it's kind of absorbed with more of the life.
It makes me think of like that one video game where the guy has like this scarf, this ninja scarf that just keeps getting longer
Yeah,
and longer
yeah.
as the game goes. Yeah.
It's like kind of like Van Helsing.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
thing that's going on.
Do those of us that can see souls, do we see the?
Yeah.
Oh,
essence?
that's a very good point. Argus, you see his soul just get sucked right out and go pulled into, fucking goddamn it, Cole's.
Your
Cloak,
cloak
yeah.
just stole his soul. That's not your job.
I'm sorry, did you want it?
Yes.
But
I wanna put it
little
back.
voice saying, I knew it.
I want to put it back.
Cool, if you can figure out how to get it out of the cloak, I will let you take it back.
Yeah, take the cloak off.
Try to.
You cannot.
Problem?
That's what you get for putting shit on you don't know what it does. Hey,
All right.
You try to grab at it and like smoke and shadow, you can't get purchase on it.
serves you right. You need a flute though, right? He's got one.
Oh my god! Within 10 seconds, you're looting the body that you killed.
I don't know which one's worse, taking my soul or taking my flute.
This is
I don't-
fantastic.
Well, considering I have a spare flute that is not broken, it's just my really nice one that I just got broke.
But Eleazar is all about that treasure.
Yeah.
He
Go
is
over
all about the
there.
loot.
I do pick up the flute as I walk away.
I'm gonna cast Revivify on him.
Do you have the materials for it? Eleazar grabs you like by the scruff and was like, "Come over here," and picks you up and is like, just picks you up and be like, "You don't need to be over there."
Yes, I have the materials for it.
We made sure you had enough materials for several of those, yeah.
Okay. What are we offering here?
Cole, start playing the fucking flute. Over there.
Yeah.
I actually start like again. I really try again to produce his song again with his flute
Okay,
for it.
cool. Go ahead and roll.
Even trying to like,
performance check.
if I need to do it at disadvantage, I will. But I try and like do it the way that I saw him using the flute too.
Okay. Go ahead and roll performance check.
So I can't take his hands.
Holy
No.
crap!
Yo, Matt, you're gonna. There's a lot to.
We are not there yet.
We are really
He chops the hands off of things and sort of just collects.
I had a hankering that only hands could satisfy.
like you didn't realize just how fucked up we were until like now. 10 by the way.
No, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a
Being
while. So.
lawful
So
good
10
cleric in this group.
All right,
Guys,
so
this is a sad scene. Let's try to just.
thanks for that.
Let's try to give just a little bit of respect here, okay? A modicum.
We killed
10
someone.
on performance. I don't know how much of a
10?
Yeah,
How?
I rolled it too.
Am I back yet?
No.
With the revivify.
I'm going to sit here.
So we do Revivify is a little different.
Actually, hold on. I still have my one DM inspiration left. I will use that right
wanna
now.
use it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to use it.
So we do offerings when it comes to Revivify.
okay.
And depending on what it is they'd like to offer, I make them do an ability check. And depending on the ability check, that affects the DC that then you will have to roll to see if your soul will re-enter your physical
Okay.
form.
Well, apparently he rolled well.
I am out of world inspirations now. However, not 20 for a total of 28.
Nicely done.
All right.
Okay.
Now I have to roll something.
I'm going to...
Because there's 3 offerings.
Oh,
We give offerings
I'll let
to
you know.
bring you back.
All right.
But I'm playing your flute.
I'm going to have my soul hammer, and I'm going to be like...
Why am I'm playing sad music, but you guys are making this big old joke about it. So.
yeah. Thanks,
I know.
guys.
We're not.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just the
Better off
the
with
vibe
that
is kind of chuckles. So, do me a favor.
That's
Because,
because we looted a body
guys-
and tried to revivify it.
Wait a moment, because there's a natural 20. We need to give it some reverence. Tell me what it is that you play. You play his melody with his flute.
I'm actually holding my hands the wrong way because I'm doing it the way that he would do it, even to try and like.
Wow. By rote, then.
Yeah, exactly.
Crossing the fingers the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh
playing
yeah. Like
sideways.
this should not work the way it's supposed to work, but.
But it does. You feel as though you nailed the vibrato that he was giving, the musicality, the embouchure, almost a perfect copy of what he was creating. There's a part of you inside that's like, I could do it better, but no, Cole, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. And you continue to play the song. And you do so throughout the rest of this, as Argus is setting up these diamonds and smashing them and doing whatever he needs to do with them.
The doctor is not the only one that can help your soul. He has been manipulating you and changing your body. It's time to restore you. And then I start smashing my hammer.
Smashing what? Oh, the
This
diamond.
hammer. You see this hammer light up with this silver light that then hits and stops about a couple centimeters above the sternum of Meckel as this
Yeah.
ripple of, as if it's hitting this white and silver force field as sparks fly from it. And you can see some dents beginning in this type of force field. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I'll
The dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I'll start pretending to
27, you said?
28.
28.
I'll start pretending to read a story, but it's actually just me recounting how I found my way back to the land of the living through hearing Argus's hammer and bringing me my soul as like a roadmap of, hey, Meckel, this is what you need to do. Follow this story.
You giving him an instruction manual?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say go ahead and roll a straight intelligence check.
10.
10. 10 total? Plus your intelligence modifier.
I rolled a 5 on the
Oh.
die.
Okay.
Yes.
Too bad we don't have Flash of Genius.
Could we please pass the Tower of Terrazine down the line?
Was that 3? Did Argus's thing count?
That
as
was 3, yeah. Meckel, you're going to roll this for us.
Okay, what am I rolling?
You're going to roll a d20.
Okay.
There is a DC set here. I believe this is the first time that you...
I've only been playing one time.
Backstory-wise.
How many times has your character died?
I think so.
Regardless of whether it helps or not.
So, based on what everything has happened and the offers that have been met and what has been rolled, the DC for this is 3, meaning that you have to get a 3 or higher.
All right, I got a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Regardless of whether it helped or not, Eleazar sighed, went over to the pile of crystal dust that was his flute, and like scooped up a handful and threw it underneath the hammer. So as the hammer falls, it smashes the dust.
You just broke everything.
I have so many mixed feelings about this.
Shit. Okay.
He's trying to help.
Oh,
I don't know how
no,
this
that's
shit works,
fine. I know you're all trying to help.
Trishani, can you roll an event horizon for me, please?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I didn't do anything.
No, you didn't.
The plane of
It was
death.
all him.
This
It was all
is
me.
No, I pointed at it.
Oh, yeah.
it's
Keep your cumulative.
it's just a straight roll, right? Like a luck check kind of, right? I have the DC, but
Yeah.
okay, we're fine. Just
good?
barely.
Okay. You see, as Eleazar does that and the soul hammer strikes it, these tiny little things, I don't want to say portals, almost like strands in string theory, kind of like pull and I don't want to say they attach, but just the image of them being connected to Trisheni becomes visible, as if you blew dust in front of like a laser.
We know the dust and the
grid.
terrazine interact to create.
That's true.
But as you do so, you feel it, and you feel the tug that you usually feel. Not as strong as your sister, but the tug you usually feel pulls. You feel as almost your bones are being pulled from your musculature as that happens. You feel part of your body begin to phase out for just a moment, and a wave of nausea hits you before it quickly subsides.
Okay.
There is a kind of, if you've ever seen a 3D movie without wearing the glasses, you can see those red and blue things that are on the left and right side of it. Trisheni's form shudders like that, and you can see after images of different versions of her for just a moment.
Don't do that again, please.
I was just trying to help.
I know. Just try to hold
Meckel,
myself together.
why don't you describe to me, with these offerings, what it is that your soul or whatever you may believe is a core or part of you desires to, wants to, and does re-inhabit the physical form that you had.
Okay. Well, obviously the flute music reminds me of me playing.
You're kind of like in this space.
Yeah. So I remember that, and I remember chopping wood, which is my best pastime after flute playing. And just being sort of like the feeling of being alive, just sort of like of existing, slowly draws me back in. But as that's happening, I can definitely sense that there are other things attaching themselves as they are coming back down.
Like tethers.
Like they were waiting outside and they're hopping back in as the body gets closer and closer.
Like refilling Pandora's box.
Yeah, pretty much. And do I regain consciousness?
However you wish to, you may do so. If that's something you would like, it's entirely up to you about whether you think that your body would be ready for this, or if it's something that would happen right away.
It would happen right away because I'd be drawn directly to the flute, come into my body.
Do you think you would be conscious, or would remain unconscious?
No, I would be conscious because of the flute,
Okay.
which would bring me back in, and then realize the flute isn't in my possession and I'm not the one
Okay,
playing.
so let's take that one step at a time.
Okay.
Yeah? Meckel, You hear gasps in the most, and I want to make this very clear about how this happens, the most violent resurrection you have seen yet, as Meckel awakens with a burst and looks angry, upset, not just upset, but filled, I don't want to say with rage, but with a, that wasn't supposed to happen, but not knowing why, kind of instinct as they sit up right away.
Can Eleazar clamp his hand over his mouth?
You can roll a sleight of hand check
To like
for
keep
Eleazar.
him from screaming?
Go ahead and roll. There's more. From what you can tell, there was an inhale. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. If you'd like to,
touch
go
me,
ahead.
please.
Roll ahead. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Diggy hole.
18. There is a moment where it's kind of like calm down, kind of like, if you sit up too much, you're gonna like fuck up your stitches, you're gonna mess yourself up, that type of thing. Eleazar's doing that. He knows that type of thing. He's trained in medicine. He knows triage, and he's
more
like,
like-
slow down.
He hears him breathe in like he's gonna scream.
Yeah,
and,
he doesn't want him to scream. We're like, no, we're not doing that right now. You're among friends, that type of thing. He's trying to do the soothe thing as much as a big, hulking Drakash full with a bunch of plate armor
Calm down
that
now.
looks like something that could eat you in your sleep. Could. So
Calm down now.
So he's restraining me too.
he, at the
Great.
moment, is restraining you as you sit up with vigor. One of the first things I believe you see is the people around you, and then immediately see your flute in somebody else's hand.
And he's restraining me.
And he's
That's a 4.
that's 4.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Great. We're gonna
Want me
find
to
you.
explain it?
I want you to let's roll for it first, because at the moment you are suffering from 2 points of exhaustion from being brought back from the dead. So whether your actual physical form has the capacity to be able to engage in that activity is something.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Like you might not have the calories to actually do that. I'm gonna say you are very exhausted. I'm world wisdom saving throw. Just make it straight for this because there's some things that are
there's-
going weird. Yeah,
there's tons
There's
of stuff
A
going
lot
on.
of stuff going on either side, and I think you have advantage and disadvantage on both sides, so it's just gonna be a straight roll.
So you're gonna thank me for this because it's a nat 20. But I don't know what I was rolling for.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you awaken into the palm of Eleazar. See that your flute was with somebody else. You throw the tantrum you would as Meckel.
yeah, and that's gonna be the restraining the fruit. That's a 4.
Yeah. So throw the conventional tantrum you would as as human Meckel is what I would say. Because the save would be like a wisdom saving throw. You got a natural 20. You're not going to fall into that.
Oh, okay.
Your body is not in
Fair enough.
the present condition to be able to handle that type of transformation.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to struggle against the grasping or whatever, and I'm gonna reach for the flute.
Oh, as soon as Cole sees you sit
in a
up.
manic episode.
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as Cole sees you sit up, especially based after how you freaked out when he entered your mind, Cole stops playing and starts to hand you back your flute.
Okay. Then if I take it, or
Yeah.
if I take it, then I will take it.
Yeah.
And immediately sort of like clutch it to my chest as the
If you relax at all, he'll sort of like.
Well, see, that's the weird thing is as you're grabbing me or whatever,
See, that's the weird thing.
my anatomy underneath, like your arms and everything,
It's like
has like started to shift and and you kind of like, for a brief moment, you kind of feel like my entire chest kind of like caved in and sloughed a little bit, and then it got itself back to where it's not reconstituted.
yeah.
Thank you. Itself. As he hands me the flute, and then I pass out.
That makes perfect sense. You wake up violently, say, "That's my fucking flute," and fall back asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what happens. And then, like, you're like, and then just fall back and hit the
all
ground.
right, he's safe. We going after Zemdak or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we still have to do that.
We're already planning on doing that.
I love
I
how
still don't
Adam
think you
is
did.
playing Eliezer, being like, "Hey, can we rescue my other character, please?"
I'm trying to play it like I think Eleazar would.
Yeah, no,
And he-
it's. I'm
What
just
else is he gonna do?
jabbing
Cole,
at
Cole
you.
would look at
Yeah.
Eleazar and go, "We came after you, didn't we?"
Let's go.
He, also, Zemdak's Eliezer's little buddy. Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
He's safe now, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's
Are
go.
you guys leaving Meckel here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an
Take me
explosion
with
in the hallway.
Okay.
I don't want to accidentally kill you again, so somebody else has got to do it.
I can fit into his hood.
You're alive.
Yeah, I am breathing.
Okay.
Do you guys
We just
leave?
spent $300.
Wait, I have a
to
question
bring
for you,
back.
DM.
Yes, sure.
With him getting his soul back,
Would you have done so if he wasn't a player
does
character?
Cole's cloak keep it the size that
I
it
think
grew
so.
to, or does
I
it
think
get
so.
smaller?
It keeps the same size.
Argus doesn't really like
It does not decrease in size if that's what you're
Leave
asking.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was like, with the soul being taken out, did
It's
that
not
change
revert.
it?
No.
Oh, you found a worker.
Like it is like it became bigger than what it is that
Is
you
Meckel's
needed.
soul
So it's
now
like
going to
slowly
be destined
becoming
to go into the club.
more like that
Is it now tethered?
over dramatic anime, far too big Dracula cloak. You know what I mean?
I've got a Rapunzel cloak now.
Yeah.
You know what? I can make it a Rapunzel cloak. Like I can just hang down things, and you guys can climb up it.
It
know
has that
now-
kind of smoky, ethereal
So,
feel to it. Though.
TJ, do I now see that his soul is tethered to his cloak?
Is there a connection?
Go ahead and roll a religion check. Yeah. I think
Are there any other connections that they would see?
19.
not through a religion check.
No, I mean through the ceiling of all the
Oh, yeah.
souls and everything.
For sure.
That was just the fastest way I could write it down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When Cole pulled the soul back, was there any other tethers?
I can't answer that question without giving too much away, so I will not answer.
Okay. Now I wish I knew the answer.
Go ahead.
Erasing
19
that.
for
19.
since you said his religion.
You don't see a tether between the cloak and Meckel as you quickly abandon and run away from him.
I like that
Get
word
over it.
abandoned.
It's all right.
We have to leave evidence that this happened because you screamed and not because we did something.
Even though we did actually do something that caused you to scream, but
What you do notice is the presence of the cloak has become more apparent. There is a like when you light your hammer up and it has soul marks within it.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving off the same ripples as what your hammer does. The cloak is.
So like he got some soul marks. Like that's the feeling I get.
There's
Possibly.
a weight to it.
Not perhaps you may not understand it in those terms, but it's
Yeah.
possible. The vibe is that is
He's using a part
although
of the power
it
of
may not
Meckel's soul.
it doesn't make sense because Meckel seems to have gotten their soul back, but the
But-
cloak is still what it was after it had a taste from that. So
Which soul did we put back in his body?
Oh, yay. I'm just gonna come back as somebody's puppy.
All right, let's go. We're gonna use the climbing rope. We're gonna climb up the ceiling.
We
Where
don't
you guys
have the
going?
climbing rope.
Zemdek's
Zemdek
in
has
his
a climbing
bag.
We have.
Zendek has everything.
I have.
No,
we
it's
have
not.
rope with us, but we don't have the magical.
Also,
rope.
I mean, where are you going to climb to? The ceiling?
I don't have the cube, and I don't have the spare spell.
Well,
book.
she
Yes.
saw the little hole in the ceiling, so.
Yeah.
Do you want to go up there? Oh, okay. Is that where you want to go?
I think
I
that's
thought
what
this
we-
was the plan.
Yeah.
was.
that's
Yeah.
what our plan
plan?
was.
Yeah.
we don't have to
You
cut through a
can
wall.
make your way up there with just a little finagling. You guys can make your way up there, helping each other up, and somebody finding a way to, some parkour and whatever. I'm not going to make you roll for it. Give it enough time, especially those of you that are more dexterous can get up there and help others who are up there. I think the hardest part will be getting Eleazar up there. Which may be close to impossible unless you use some sort of magic. Because they're just too heavy. And it doesn't look like this ceiling could support the type of weight to hold a rope at the same time of holding all of the rest of your weights. It has to be more dispersed than that. Consider it like the Adobe equivalent of a drop ceiling.
Could he Misty step up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot he could do that. Yeah, you could do that. There you go. Problem solved. Mark it down.
Yep.
Great. You end up in a, I don't want to say cobweb filled, but looks like aged, unmaintained type of area between the walls. Now, this isn't like wooden buildings where you just have spots that are just there between floors that don't have insulation in them and then, they're enough to crawl through. This is very uncomfortable. You guys have to go not only on old floors, but like flat starfish style in order to move through here. There is at most this much room between, if this is where you want to go. Meaning you guys are sliding and scooching your way through here.
It's not just difficult terrain, it is
You
the
are
most difficult
this
terrain.
is- yes, it is not for the claustrophobic.
Really, that's
That's where you are. There is a.
Is there an escape route?
There is a spot. There's a spot that appears to be has a little bit more room by getting into that spot from where that tile was askew, as if something had carved out a big piece. Because it doesn't look like it was naturally made like that. But other than that, if you wanted to go any direction, you're gonna have to get flat on all fours and start to like fully army crawl. So,
Wait, look, can you
but
smell?
do you know where to go?
Can you smell him now?
I mean, in my normal form. So,
That's moving
no.
on.
Pull her out of my hoodie, out of my hood.
I'm going to save you some time. You realize that the hermetically sealed thing that must have either happened or there was magic involved,
Doctors.
scent is probably not going to help you here.
Which direction is where he heard the dragging?
So I think if I'm thinking of spatially correctly,
It's further
That
down
way.
where Meckel led you,
yeah.
and it was going in the direction where Meckel was still leading you before you decided to pull a UE and come back.
Yeah. So I point in that direction.
Almost as if it was outpacing him and going wherever he was headed.
So I point in that direction.
I wonder what they were dragging.
Yeah.
Probably Zemtek. It's the only thing that we don't know.
Why would they drag him, not just carry him? I mean, he's like, that big.
Log, do you carry things you don't care about?
I mean, I've carried you before.
So,
I'm glad you care about me.
what? Do you think they were trying to just go down the hallway just in a different way, or should we be crawling through the ceiling?
Or should we
Let's just
blow a
go.
hole in a wall somewhere?
I mean, perhaps.
But why
we
was the
can-
ceiling askew?
Yeah. I
Unless
mean,
it was someone up there to drop a little trap on him.
Well, I mean, if they could change their body like he could, potentially their body can shift and move and be able to fly through here unlike us.
And that's the only way I can think of anything moving through this fast with hitting that much velocity and, a conch and stuff.
Liquefying themselves?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, if you see no signs,
Go back, find the wall, cut a hole in it.
yeah.
Or just keep going and see where it leads.
I mean, let's just keep going because we got to find a way.
Are you
We
going to
gotta-
be okay, Trishani?
I'll be okay because I know that I can punch my way through this hole, through this wall at any point, and I can get out. It'll be okay. And I just keep saying this mantra over and over to myself as I continue army
I
crawling.
have a new spell that would help. It's called Dimension Door.
But I'm,
But we don't know about it.
yeah. Also, I'm too big for you. Right.
I'm still a medium
Hey.
creature.
So
In
are
my
we
soul, I didn't hear anything.
coming back out of there?
No, we're gonna.
Trishani wants to keep going. She's got her mind. She's got her, fear is the mind killer mantra going on. I can punch my way out. I can punch my way out.
So we're crawling forward.
Okay. This is gonna be. Is Fisher still down here?
Yeah. This is one of these.
Sorry, they're asking for a question. Okay, so this is going to be. Let's pick up here, okay? Because it's a problem. So this is going to be a. I'm going to say either a Constitution or survival kind of thing. This is not. Does anybody have a problem with very, very, very tight spaces for long periods of time, as far as characters are concerned? Trisheni does. Yes, very much so. Meckel, you're not here, so you'll be okay.
We left you passed out below.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
In spirit, I'm there. Well, not
At least
really.
not soul.
Not soul, yeah. Just
Just spirit.
a little
soul.
bit of me apparently is
With
is
us.
your cloak. So, yeah.
So, it's just gonna be Trisheni then that's gonna roll for this.
Yeah, it's not the inside of a bug, so Cole's not freaking out.
Yeah. This is still gonna take a while. Is your intention to try to follow the path in which? Because there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good point. You know what? You guys are trying to determine which way to go from this, right?
Trisheni knows where they heard the dragging,
Right.
so she's trying to lead us in that direction.
Okay, yeah, sure, let's do that, and then we'll pick up from where you guys
Cole's got
went to the dragging area.
got
I
belt
could say
buckle
that
for a
that's
little
fine. So
We're trying to go on the walls.
yeah, so let's pick up from there. You guys can. It is not great. It's not a good time. Every little squeak, every little drop of sweat, every little fart, everything is experienced
damn
by
it.
every
Log, we're
single.
behind you.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
Blame it on the dog.
That's what Cole did.
Because he can turn to a
Every little drop of sweat is experienced by all of you as you move through everybody else's space. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver through this, however. So even when you get to, I want to say, Trisheni is the only one that knows where you were. So Trisheni, can you please roll a survival check for me? And also please roll a wisdom saving throw because you are in a extremely confined space
Whoa.
in the dark for a long period of time.
Yeah.
She's repeating the mantra. I can punch my way out.
I can punch it
my
out.
way.
Survival is
It's a wisdom save. Or wisdom.
10. Wisdom is excellent. That mon. Fear is the mind killer. 24.
24.
Because we're in the mall.
Nice.
Exactly.
She saw the sky.
Survival was, I'm sorry, what was it?
10.
10. There's a moment where the space opens up laterally, not vertically, but laterally. And she's like, this way. Wait. And you just hear shh, 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 kind of turn around, kind of like those
It's like
skull
watching a
spiders
dog
do
turn
in
around.
like Legend of Zelda. Shh, 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 and turn and face you. Wait, no, this way. And she moves that way. And then shh, 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 turns around. Like, maybe I was right the first time. And she goes the other way. And it's doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence, but it takes you a while as you move through this area.
Come on, Trisheni, you're better at giving us guidance than that.
I'm
Inspiration.
I know. I know, I'm trying. Okay, let me think. Hold on.
I know you got it.
Maybe that way? 12 total.
Well, I was going to say, can I help? Because technically I did also see because I was warged into her.
That's
true.
a good point. Yeah, you can help if you like.
So do you...
You can
Wanna
roll
do
again
it?
if you like. As
I don't think I have.
Ooh, that's a very good point. She didn't know that. So as you explained to her, like, actually, wasn't it that way?
Well,
Or-
I know where I was, but I didn't know where the body was.
But you don't know where you were as when it comes to what now you're in this other tier, this other level, this other space. You know what I mean? Like, it's like trying to be like, I think right below us is the room that we're supposed to go to, right?
Right.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So I think you can help her. I also think there's something to be said of you knowing things that there's no way of knowing. So what do you say to her?
Consented to put the junk in her.
I did.
Nanobot injection.
Yes.
When I could hear it, it didn't seem like you actually heard the sound, even though
No.
I was hearing through you. But I think it's more over. I think it's more over that way.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sure you're right. I had this really cool theme song in my head, and I was going like.
No, I know I could hear. I could.
I can hear
were
it.
singing it.
I can hear the theme song.
Oh gosh, I cast guidance.
Go ahead. You have advantage in guidance. You You just like flick
Nat
your foot.
20.
Hey,
There we go.
There
And
you go.
then let's just toss on that guidance for good
Just,
measure.
yeah.
So 22 plus the bardic was another. So 4, 24, 26.
26.
Yeah.
Okay. You eventually find your way for where you believe you were before. Meckel, you were about to, in that moment, like turn the corner and head into a far deeper area, which led to where eventually you wanted to bring her, which I assume I know where it is you want to bring her.
Yeah.
So, Trishani, you move and you're like, okay, I think we were headed. This is where I think we were. I think we were headed like a right. I think we were taking a right. Because that's the way his body language was leading me before some shit happened. And that's where I heard sound come as well. So you move again through the right. The area begins to widen up vertically, allowing you to now be on all fours rather than an army crawl. But it is rank with old, dusty smells, cobwebs, and as if this place hasn't been touched in a very, very, very long time. Within these rafters and this kind of ceiling between levels, you can hear not the creaking of wood, but the settling of stone and cured adobe from above you as people are most likely walking partly above you. Misheni, you see...
Forgot to make the deal.
Trishani, you see light ahead of you coming into the space from something below, some sort of maybe sunroof or something. There's this orange light that's coming from both above and below in this area that's kind of like a beam. I don't want to say beam, but just there's so much dust and cobwebs in the air that it kind of looks like that because of the refraction that appears to pass through this roof-like area as you appear to move past an area where there is a floor above you and now there's only a roof above you, and appears there's this like moon roof of two circular pieces of glass that appear to be showing the sunrise through them. That's the first glimmer of light you've seen for a while.
Okay. Well, we're getting to a spot where I guess we can see the sunlight. Do you guys see it too? Dawn coming through? Should we continue on? Be a little just cautious?
Yeah, I mean, I can, if we need to, I could probably make a few of us like invisible if we're worried about any of that, but...
Maybe not a bad idea. Whatever this thing was that took Zemdak is certainly not natural, and so whatever we can do to help buffer ourselves will
I'm assuming
be helpful.
It's gotta be something else like Meckel.
At least. If not worse, actually, because honestly, I just can't see anything. It had to have more than 4 arms, or, like more than 4 appendages.
Are you saying your sister's never made anything with multiple arms?
I don't know what my sister has done. It's very secretive.
She kept all that from you?
Well, yeah.
I
It's sort
can't
of-
see anyone keeping anything from you.
I mean, I only had so there were of course like experiments in school, but like
Wiggle your big toe.
it's different.
Wiggle your big toe.
You want to try?
Anki line, are you there?
I reach out to the
Wiggle
two
your
that are
big toe.
closest to me and myself and
You want to try?
visible,
Yeah.
invisible, invisible.
Roll
Third
D20.
level, or 4th level. Yeah, 4th level.
10. Nothing.
You wouldn't know. You're dumb. Numb.
I heard dumb too.
I heard none.
Well,
That's the word that came out
technically
first.
he can't talk, so therefore
You're done.
I do reach out to the
You're
people.
done.
I do reach out to the people that are closest to me, DM, and cast invisibility with 4th level. So there's 3 of us that are invisible.
3 of us, 3 of you are invisible. Okay. Who's invisible?
What order were we in? Like, I could hear
That's up
you,
to
so
you.
I'm assuming Trisheni.
Trisheni's probably up front because she's the one
I was
leading.
behind Trisheni because I had to touch her to catch.
And I believe
Right.
Log would be then either
Right.
right behind Trisheni or right behind you because he was helping because he was in her sight.
Yeah, and being like, no, this is
Oh,
weird.
and I made the comment, so I'm probably behind Log.
Eliezer's bringing up the back.
So I would probably get Eleazar and Log and me, which sucks because Log can make himself invisible.
Ellie, it's from the bottom to top.
I mean,
Back
you could
to
still
front, it
pick
would
somebody
be-
else.
Yeah, you could, right? Like, is it still in range?
I gotta be able to touch him, I believe.
From
pretty
back
close
to
to each
front.
other.
From back to front, it would be Eleazar, Cole, Argus, Log.
Okay. I misunderstood. So it would be Argus.
Only
and-
because Log would have to be like next
Yeah.
to her to help.
And I
her
reached
guide.
out and grabbed her foot. We're not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
close, like
Yeah.
far from each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can spread out a little bit because it's like 10 foot, but it's also wildly uncomfortable. So the whole thing is kind of ambiguous.
Well, then I get Eleazar and Argus and myself with
Because
invisibility.
Eleazar, Argus, and Cole are invisible. Someone please take note of that because there's no way I'm going to remember that. As you approach this kind of sun moon roof area, you could see some of the orange light casting in through here down to a very fogged the top light is fogged. If it weren't also like kind of cracked open, as sometimes you can open a the type of domed glass that has a cool like metal filigree on it, kind of like the Sanctum Sanctorum from Marvel has that kind of like circle, the cool stained glass type of feel thing, and this big kind of, and it has a convex kind of dome to it. You see that on this sun moon roof area, and it seems to be cracked up as if it has a hinge, and it seems to be cracked open a tad. You look down, and what you were expecting to see glass within is just the filigree and the metal and the frame of what glass should be there. You look further down, especially those of you that have good perception, and you see that whatever glass was here has fallen, shattered and broken onto the ground very, very far down, and has been covered in layers and layers of dust. So it was broken a very long time ago. You also, as you see this, kind of think, we didn't really get any cobwebs in our face as we were moving through here, meaning although this is an old portion of whatever this is, something must have moved through here at least somewhat recently.
Dragging my dead carcass.
Oh, you're dead? Why are we exploring? Let's get out of here then.
Take Michael with you.
We need a replacement party
I
member.
know, right?
Is anybody, are you guys looking down in here, or are you guys moving on to the next area?
I mean, Cole would look down.
Yeah, you would look down.
Investigate,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, Cole's in the back, so I'm like, there's other stuff that's going
Eventually,
on.
when Cole gets up there, he would look. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
At some point, some of those that are in the leader in the front, you kind of like all circle around and be like, oh, okay, cool. This is this. You notice this. You notice that. You have a good perception. You say, what's that? You look down. Whatever is down there, you can't really get a good view of everything, but it looks like a multi-tiered room. Like there's a stair that looks like there's a ladder or a stairwell or something within the room that allows it to take up more than one level of the estate, as it were. There are, as far as you can see from your angle, along at least one wall, and you don't think that's actually the end of the wall. There may be more of it, but at least in the first level, and perhaps there's some sort of balcony beyond, but it's hard to see, or loft, that the walls appear to be lined with bookshelves. Endless bookshelves. So many bookshelves, as far as you can see in here, which is then still just, this big of a hole straight down. So you try to look in every way and try to look throughout.
I'm going to take Moonchild,
bookshelves
stick her
all the
in,
way
and
around.
have her sniff.
You have her sniff?
Yeah.
There's some sort of positive reaction from that.
I think she found something.
Is it him?
There are books filling these bookshelves. Some tattered, some old, almost all covered in dust. One of the things you do notice, Argus, as you look through here, is that this has been disturbed. Maybe not very, very recently, but there's a very thick layer of dust and detritus among everything. There are also darker spots on the ground where dust has been kicked up and changed, of like dragging feet and footsteps.
Guys, it looks like they went this way. You
Right.
see these drag marks through the dust?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
It is a about 20-foot drop down from the ceiling to the ground that you can see below you.
Tie a rope somewhere, and then we can just climb down the rope, and then I'll use Mage Hand to untie the rope and bring it back down with us.
Sure, you can do that. You
That makes sense to me.
unravel a rope. Who's going first?
Cole will volunteer to go first since he's invisible.
You're
Okay.
blind. It's dark in here.
No, it's sunrise.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Sunrise.
Yeah, the shaft is filled with light.
If we edited
You
that
and your
out, you would have we'd have a problem with our entire.
If we had out every bad thing we said, our show would be like this long.
Cole, you
shaft
can go
joints.
first. And so you see that the rope
Turgid.
becomes stiff. And you don't know why. Because there's a weight on it now. And you can't see it. Guys,
I
get
mean,
your
Cole
heads
would-
out of the gutter.
Cole would tell them, you like, I'll go down first, I'm invisible, kind of thing. So
Sure. And you head down the rope. Who's next?
I'll go too. I'm invisible.
the other invisible dwarf goes.
And who goes next?
I'm gonna think of Eleazar. Get your. Well, I can't see him.
He's still struggling to squeeze his fat self through.
It's just
Buff self.
a lot
Buff
of
self.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
buff and he's got a lot of armor on him. And he's
His
just
large self.
he refuses to take off. He will not take off, which is right.
Not in here. Nope.
Yeah, no.
The armor's not going off.
Speaking of which, can everybody roll me a stealth check while you're doing this? Those of you who are invisible do get advantage while you're doing this. So Eleazar will get advantage. Buddy has a disadvantage
Right,
from
so it
straight
cancels.
roll, and they're also exhausted, but so it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a straight roll either way.
Yep.
I love when it works out that way.
Which is good.
And since I'm carrying Moonchild, she doesn't have to do anything.
Not right now. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it.
22.
22,
22.
22,
Disadvantage of 19.
19,
Hey.
13.
13,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
With it.
Nice.
Otherwise, it would have been 3.
Everything canceled out, and I rolled
Yeah.
a 19, which is
Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. I think Argus, you're like coming down, and Eleazar, you just feel like a invisible hand just like support your bottom as you start to kind of like clang on either side
That's gonna be crazy.
because you're
we're
like
both
the
invisible.
widest
Yeah.
load, so
Yeah.
trying to get between this thing and.
I wonder how that happens since we're both invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just knew.
He's
I
just
think
like
he just knows at this point. He's like Argus is above
Warrior
me. Okay.
inst-
He just
warrior
has his
instincts,
hand
you know?
up the whole time.
I see the rope start to sway heavily, and I'm like, no, just calm down.
Eventually, you guys find your way to the bottom. You see a few footsteps or footprints that have disturbed the dust around here, that have moved from one place to another to another. Can't be too long ago, but also can't be like extremely recent. And there isn't a lot of traffic here. It's like a couple things. I went to one wall, then another wall, then another wall, then one, then that wall, the first wall again, maybe the second wall again, and that's it. And then back. But the footprints lead to a set of double doors on the far side of the room, there and back, that look like an exit. So pretty much a form of entrance and
That's where
egress
we're going.
seems to be different here. So as you do so, and Eleazar looks up to help you, Argus, come down the last minute, he sees guys? He points, but nobody can see him. I mean, just look up. The ceiling in which you came down from was level from here. There is a far more vaulted ceiling to the other side of you that encapsulates the ceiling above, the like lofted area where like a stairwell would go up and there's another set of bookcases. Hanging from that ceiling, attached to the ceiling with some sort of odd bloody musculature creep that is attached to the ceiling and hanging like a thread of spider and silk and a cocoon with only their head now shown is the open-eyed, ragged-breathing Zemdak. And that's where we're going to end our session. Thank you guys for sticking around. We appreciate all your support. Check out our Patreon and everything. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.
Bye.